Don't do this to yourself.
Come on.
You know how this ends.
The Austrian Grand Prix today. Joining me is Matisse and Joe. We're very excited. We've got hot dogs.
We are.
Yeah.
We're very much excited. I mean, we got hot dogs, Red Bull jacket over there. I'm surprised you're not wearing it. We're at the
Do you
Red
know
Bull
what?
Arena.
It was actually an oversight from me this morning. I did think about wearing it, but I thought I'd save it for next weekend because we do have an iconic weekend next
Fair
weekend.
enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd save that little one. But how are we guys feeling? It's been a good weekend.
It has. As much as I've got an agenda against sprints, it was a good sprint race. It was raining. There was drama. SQ1, SQ2, SQ3. There's so much queues, so much qualifying.
I want to get into the sprint thing because, like, you hounded it the other day. Like, Abby and I have always been like, well, I don't really get it. Like, we're not really into it. But I think it was such a success, but not like thanks to F1. Basically, thanks to rain, because they were forced to do a pit stop. In a short, 24 lap race? 24 laps. Because they were forced to do, or some of them were forced to do a pit stop because of the change in weather. And then we saw Hulkenberg. I mean, Haas couldn't have got their strategy any better yesterday. Coming in, putting on those fresh mediums, and then cutting his way through the circuit. It was so interesting. The Max and Perez fight at the start was also great. And it makes me think that, like, the sprint could be brilliant. The sprint could work. But what they basically need to change, they need to bring in a tyre that degrades really, really quickly, so they're forced to stop. Or just say you have to do a pit stop.
Or well, they make it the fact that you don't actually have to pit. So what is the point? You might as well why not just make it that you don't pit?
And that's I think that's the other thing is that you find out all the data of how the tyres are going to run on Sunday. On a Saturday. So there's no, are the mediums going to survive? Well, yeah, of course they are, because we saw it happen yesterday.
Exactly,
you know exactly what's going to happen in the race.
If they degrade quickly and you say you don't have to pit, then it becomes who can manage their tyres. Would that be better? But then people are not going at full speed.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I just like the idea of, like, pit stops give the opportunity to mix things up.
As well.
And if we're using the high deg tyre, or the other alternative, which I think could be cool, is that let's say Pirelli bring the 3, 4 and 5, C3, 4 and 5 compound tyres for the Sunday, they make them run the C1 and 2 tyres on the Saturday. Because then it's different. It's just we're not seeing the exact same thing. At the moment, we're just seeing a third of a race on a Saturday and then the same thing on a Sunday, but longer.
Exactly. So yesterday was an exciting sprint. Everyone does know, as you mentioned, that we are kind of anti-sprint here. But it was so good that, like, you didn't want it to end. But will the 100%. Race have the same energy that the sprint had yesterday? That's
my thing, is that when the sprint races are
more exciting
than the race, then what have we really done? We've kind of diluted
the race,
watered down the race. So I don't know. For me, the race is always going to have a special feeling. Like this preparation beforehand, seeing the pre-race interviews, everybody's getting on the grid. For me, that feeling of the race is always going to be there. Whereas the sprint, it was good yesterday, but I don't get that same kind of like.
Well, in a way, if you're going to have a sprint, then don't make it basically half of the race. Make it like 10 laps.
Yeah, go super short with it.
Because a sprint is essentially meant to be short. That is what a sprint is in theory. So why not make it a really short race rather than make it half the length of the Austrian race?
I think we saw yesterday it could work, but in its current format, it's completely unworkable. They were lucky that and the other thing is, if it had rained for the whole race, it wouldn't have been particularly exciting because they would have been on inters or wets the whole time. It was the fact that the track started to change, the conditions changed, and then we could see people go, I'm gambling on a different strategy or whatever. That's what made the sprint so interesting yesterday. And if they can start to find a way to bring that in with a higher deg tyre or forcing a different tyre compound for the Saturday only, I think that would be interesting.
Do you think there's a world which you can have, instead of the qualifying for the main race, you have the sprint qualifying, the sprint determines the grid for the race? It did
actually used to have that a couple of years ago, and then they changed the rules. But I do think that that's probably how it should be, because realistically, every time we have a sprint, we go, oh, it's a sprint.
Yeah, but if it actually has meaning to it in
what's the point of having qualifying on a Friday, a sprint on a Saturday, sandwich in between, which really gives you 8 points? So some teams don't really care about what happens, but we saw Lewis Hamilton
said
say,
that,
he said that yesterday when he went out in SQ1. So in a way, if you're going to do it, then do it as a qualifier.
Scrap the points, make it a qualifying.
Yeah.
Change a couple of things that you've mentioned just to make it more interesting as well. And then I think you've got a qualify and a sprint race, and then and maybe shorter, and then you've got the main race. I think that is probably a better format, and then you can get a little bit more practice in as well, instead of having basically two qualifyings for two different races in one weekend. I just think it's a bit odd. So yeah.
No, I totally agree with you. Guys in the chat, let us know what you think. Do you think we should get rid of sprints? How do you think we should change sprints? Do you agree with us? Let us know. One thing I did notice yesterday, you mentioned about the Haas strategy with Hulkenberg. He was sitting fourth, and obviously they took a gamble when he got back to, I think it was just in the points, he was 8th or something like that.
Yeah, I think it might have been 6th. He did pretty well.
He did pretty well. But someone that I was not happy with the strategy on was Williams, because we had Alex Albon sitting 6th at one point. They chose to go and do that strategy, and then he ends up, I think it was 13th or 14th. Yeah. So for me, if you've got, I think it was like 4 laps left when they decided to do that. Those points are really priceless to Williams. I think that was really poor strategy.
Particularly when Williams' strategy, their whole thing is qualify well and then hold everybody off. And Ferrari made the same decision with Charles, pitting 5 laps before the end when there's no possibility even on the slicks to get back. I think Williams that was just an oversight actually. I think they saw everyone else pitting and having success on the mediums and the softs, but they left it too late. It was just an error.
He could have gone for another. He could have finished the race.
He might have snuck a point, but he was never going to sneak a point pitting 4 laps before the end, never in a million years. So I just think it was just a silly oversight, really, wasn't it?
I think when everybody's doing something, you're very inclined to just copy. It's
Don't be a sheep.
Panic mode set in, isn't it? You're along that pit wall, everybody's making decisions. You're like, oh, I need to make a decision. That's exactly what you end up doing. But you need to be able to kind of preempt these things, I think, if you're going to really do them. Otherwise, you may as well just go with the opposite strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so that was the sprint, long and short of it. There were some other things that happened. Obviously, Hamilton going out in SQ1. Are you of the same mindset? It's not really that important, so you weren't bothered as a Mercedes fan?
SQ1, SQ2. For me, I'm not a fan. I understand what Hamilton's
like, can we talk about Sunday now?
No, it's not even that. I'm just not a fan of the concept. So I get where Hamilton's coming from. It's like we're qualifying for the second time this weekend for for a different race with less points. And I just don't like it. I get where Hamilton's coming from. I think he's a traditionalist, obviously. I think Max has complained about potentially too many changes. Every driver probably has. So I get where Hamilton's coming from. Like, I think many sports do this. More quantity, less quality. And this is what F1 for me are doing with this current layout and format. It's more quantity, less quality for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Someone who did have a good weekend was Ferrari.
Yes!
Ferrari!
Come on!
Carlos Sainz getting the credit he deserves.
Yeah!
He's had a lot of criticism lately, so I'm happy for him. But, he's got he's P3 today.
Yeah.
Yesterday he was P3 in sprint.
Lovely.
Leclerc almost getting the fastest lap as well.
Yeah, not quite.
Not quite.
So close.
So close, yes.
Great.
So close.
So close.
So close.
But yeah, so far. Great weekend so far. I don't want to jump the gun too much.
Why?
Because I don't know what's going to happen today. But yeah, I mean, Charles just did a phenomenal qualifying lap on Friday to go ahead. I mean, what was he? 400ths of a second or something off Max's time.
I think it was less than that, wasn't it? Was it not thousands?
I think it was. I
can't remember. Whatever it was.
I'll tell you what
really
it was.
Close. Like
it was 0.048.
What is it? Yeah, 400ths. Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah.
Colin, is that right? 400ths, okay.
It was close.
Yeah.
I like racing, I'm not very good at numbers. Charles did an amazing lap on Friday. But actually, I think overall, Carlos has had the better weekend. I know he starts 1 place back today, but as you said, 6 points yesterday from the sprint. And what's really, I've got really good Ferrari vibes in my bones today. I don't want to get carried away, but I think we can do something special. Come on, don't look at me, don't look at each other like that. Don't look at each other like that. We're going to do something special today.
Clip this.
Clip it.
I'll tell you what.
Clip it, because we're going to win.
Whenever it's literally the kiss of death. I mean, to be fair, look, Charles won here last year. He won this Grand Prix last year. It's been a year.
Oh,
so there's nothing to say that they couldn't do that. They're in a really strong position in second and third today. It's just the issue of stopping Max.
Ferrari.
Yeah, I don't think we'll win. I don't think we'll win, but I really do think there's a very good opportunity to have a big old points haul, get second and third, maybe even nick the fastest lap or something like that. I think there's an opportunity. If we don't get Max in the first 3 corners, he'll win.
Would have to,
unless his car breaks down. But it has to be, as we're just seeing here, into turn 1, that tiny little turn 2, or eventually into that right-handed turn 3. If we don't get in there, I think that'll probably be it. But 2-3 today, I would be ecstatic with. Ecstatic.
Where are the mechanical failures for Red Bull this season? Seriously. Like, there's no mechanical failures, there's no, issues with the car, maybe just engine failure.
I see what you're trying to do.
Where is it?
I know what you're trying to do here. You're trying to will it on.
No, just asking.
Because what happens
strange behaviour. Needs investigating, in my opinion.
When you've got this amount of a good run, which I do think is purely down to the drivers, to be fair, as well as the car. But I think that when you've got this amount of good luck and good runs, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. And maybe the other shoe's dropping more on Perez at the minute than it is on Max. But you would think that at some point the law of averages is that Red Bull are going to have a crappy day. Is it going to be today in front of their home crowd?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Perez has already had 4 crappy races back to back.
Yes, he has.
We should probably talk about that, really, shouldn't we?
We do need to talk about Checo.
I feel like
How do you feel about that? Because you're quite a big supporter of Checo.
I am. I really like the Red Bull setup. I love Max. I love Christian Horner, and I really love Checo. Obviously, it's been disappointing. Kind of looking at, we thought we were going to have a title battle between the two of them. We thought it was going to be head to head, and it's just really fallen off. I think that's why he was trying so hard in the sprint yesterday, especially what happened on Friday. 4 times you've gone outside of track limits. I mean, I know it happened to Max, but I mean, he listened in the end.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the frustration is at the moment surrounding Red Bull. That it's just like, you have the same car, you have the same equipment as Max. You are a great driver, but why can't you just
do the basics right? Oh my God, it's that much phrase, isn't it?
Yeah, we've seen it happen quite a lot in the last few weeks, and
it's a bio.
I don't think there's any question about the fact that he's not going to be in that seat. I know people are starting to try and get the rumours swirling, but Christian Horner himself was very quick to shut that down.
You think he's going to definitely?
You think he'll keep it?
Absolutely, I think he'll keep that seat.
Wow!
I absolutely think he'll keep that seat.
I'm not so sure.
I'm so surprised.
Why do you think that?
I just think
because of Danny Ricciardo sitting there.
I've said it many a time. I don't think Danny Ricciardo deserves to be in that seat, but if he gets it off the base of
Lawson is the one that they're building for the future. Yeah. Liam Lawson is the one that could come in and do some serious damage.
Get rid of Checo.
No, but if Perez,
as a team player, I guess he's having a few bad weeks, but as a team player, you're not getting rid. You're just not getting rid of him. And also, Max is so far ahead.
If he keeps performing like this, then I think it will become a bigger talking point. I think right now, Christian Horner's trying to, first of all, not take away Checo's confidence anymore by creating this rumour. He even squashed the De Vries one, which I'm not buying either. So I think right now he's trying to, not dampen his confidence, not try and create this kind of media frenzy, because they were very, very pushy on those questions on Checo, and rightly so, because that's what everybody wants to hear. Then they were quick to say, listen, actually you did get, P1, congratulations. But for me personally, if Checo keeps underperforming to this level in this car, which is meant to be on the front row week in, week out, then his position is going to 100% be up for scrutiny.
It's too soon for us to be debating.
Yeah, but I'm saying if he carries on. But even for me, I don't think it's too early. Okay. I think he's...
Let's say in the next 2 races before summer break that he keeps spinning it in the wall.
Yeah.
Then fine.
Yeah.
But, need to sneeze.
Bless you.
It's gone. I just can't see them making
That's the most professional sneeze
I know,
ever.
it was happening there, and I was like, let it go.
See, if that was me, I would have just...
bogeys everywhere, mate.
You got rid of it. It come back up. It might come back out. I just can't see it happening. He's done so much for Red Bull, and he's such a great team player. I don't think just because he's not having the greatest time at the minute, things aren't going for him because of his own own driver issues as well. But I just think you've got to give him more time than that. He deserves more. If anything, I could see De Vries going at AlphaTauri and potentially having Danny Ricciardo go in there, whether or not he thinks he's too big for the car or not, but he's part of that Red Bull family, so why would you not do it just to get yourself back on the grid? But I just can't see a world where Checo is not the number 2 at the moment.
I think that the thing that's keeping Checo in his seat at the moment, ironically, is Max, because Max is inevitably getting basically 26 points a week and keeping their Constructors' Championship no problem. They don't need Checo's points. No. But if they needed Checo's points, he would be under so much more scrutiny. Absolutely. He's lucky that Max is basically keeping him in his seat.
The only thing I would say, which is criticism, obviously looking at them yesterday in the sprint, we start off, they head to head. You could see Checo's hungry for it. He's wanting to push Max. Obviously, they didn't quite work out, and we end up with basically a 20-second gap between the two drivers. My only thing is that when you've got the same car, this is the debate that we always have, is it the car or is it the driver? to me, it's more important about the driver actually, because if you look at what Max does, Max is so incredibly elite, and you think, well, Checo's a great driver, but he's not in Max's. He's nowhere near Max's level. So who could match Max's level other than probably
Charles, Lewis,
do you think
Carlos?
Do you think Charles is there?
No, I don't think so.
I think Charles, Lewis, and Carlos, and here's a controversial one. Valtteri Bottas. I think Valtteri Bottas do a job.
I think Lewis
as a number
Lewis,
two.
But when you started saying these other names, I
don't think Charles is the same. I don't think Charles is the same level.
You think what?
You didn't even like side.
Alex Albon. Alex Albon.
How did you sneak in 2 Ferrari names first of all?
Yeah, easy.
No,
Bottas.
Fact.
Bottas. Come on now.
No, but
listen.
you look what he did. The thing is the basics right. We've had this stat before that Valtteri Bottas in the Mercedes did not miss Q3 in his entire Mercedes career.
That's what
Checo's missed 4 in a row. Checo, fact, has not made Checo has missed out on Q3 more than he's made Q3 this season. Come on.
There can be improvements.
Nico Hulkenberg.
He's under pressure.
Nico Hulkenberg has made more Q3s than
This is why I'm saying Checo has to be under pressure. But in terms of actually matching Max, these guys, they're not matching him. I think Hamilton could match Max. But apart from that, I'm not sure about these
I'm talking about doing a better job than Checo.
Oh, yeah, 100%. All these drivers, yeah. So he's been awful. And I like Checo. But recently, he's been poor, really poor.
I think it's such a big drop-off considering that we were thinking he was going to be challenging.
Yeah, it's not even he's be challenging the other drivers for second spot. Really, that's where he's at. Where is he in the drivers? Is he?
He's second.
Still second. Alonso's right on his tail. Alonso could leapfrog him if he has a good race.
Alonso hasn't had a brilliant weekend, but we'll talk about the Astons. You guys let us know what you think. Perez in, Perez out. I mean, I'm still very much
Perez step up.
Perez, yes, step up, but not out. Let's read through some of your comments. Vinnie Rowley says, sprint races are okay, but the big impact is just the reliability. Nicholas says, I actually like sprint races on tracks like Austria. It's more racing and I like it. Vinny says, I thought Red Bull fight was intense yesterday. It was intense the first 3-4 laps.
Yeah,
and then things resume themselves.
Another thing about Checo, so I'm really going in on Checo today. He couldn't get past Nico Hulkenberg for 11 laps.
Keeping Checo in check.
Mate, that's special. That's special, bro.
Look it.
Yeah, copyright.
There's a title for one of the upcoming.
That's special.
We could use that in the podcast tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
nice. Name of the show.
Yeah, nice. There you go. That's what I'm here for.
Vase Duter says, what's up, Charles, for P1 today?
Come on, who's that from?
That's from, sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, it's Vistautas?
Vistautas, let's go Vistautas.
There we go. Salim says, Adrian Newey is the reason, Matisse?
Who? Adrian Newey is the reason for what?
Matisse.
Oh, just for Matisse. Yeah, I mean, Adrian Newey's got a pretty good brain on him, isn't he? Yeah,
there you go.
Hurad says, a Spurs fan shouldn't be allowed to be a Red Bull fan. They're more like Haas. True. But yeah, I'm
allow Abby to have balance.
Yeah. Just allow me to have something happy in my life.
Exactly.
Right? Thank you. Harry says, hello. Hopefully Abby, Matisse and Joe are well. Let's hope that today can be an entertaining race and not a bore fest. Hopefully.
Let's go.
Anyone want a red flag? Anyone want a yellow flag?
No, I'd like. I mean, a flag always does mix things up. Bit of rain would mix things up.
Best thing is for Max to bin it. Let's be honest.
Not best thing.
Not maybe bin it, but at least make a massive mistake and go to the back of the field. Then we've got a guaranteed entertaining race. If Max is not at the front of the, if Max is not at the front of the grid, it's guaranteed to be entertaining.
We still have entertaining races, but we sort of just have to forget that Max is
there.
But basically race from second down.
But if Max is not at the leading, Science could be 20 seconds down the road and it would be exciting because it would be like, wow, Science is actually leading a race.
This is so hypocritical. For years and years and years, we had Mercedes dominate it. And no one moaned about the fact that Lewis was ahead and whatever was going on there. Because it's Max, everyone has a problem. I actually agree with you. This is not a problem. This is just an elite athlete, an elite sportsman, an elite F1 driver, and you are just salty because of how poor Mercedes have been. We're going to talk about Mercedes. Anyway, back to where we were. Harry says, let's hope for Joe that Carlos can get a podium for Ferrari.
Let's
He's
go.
Not putting much hope on Leclerc there.
No, but I think maybe Harry remembers that my favourite driver is Carlos.
Yeah.
Should we go to Coylan?
Yeah, Coylan, what's going on?
Good afternoon, guys. Just a couple of things for you before we start racing here. Sorry, by the way, Joe, you caught me out when I was eating my sandwich. It was 0.048 second, the gap between Leclerc and Verstappen in qualifying.
Is that 400s or 4,000s?
4,000.
400s, okay, phew. Okay.
So, and also just to the grid today, Kevin Magnussen and Nick De Vries will be starting from the pit lane after changing components on the Parc Fermé roads. And something to keep an eye on, actually, it happened yesterday, even though it was in wet conditions. Perez actually jumped for Verstappen at the start and was level with him going into turn 1, so Leclerc could do that again today.
Yeah, it would be very interesting.
And just a final thought as well, obviously, we send our condolences and thoughts to the friends and family of Delano Van Hoff, who was killed yesterday morning, sadly in an accident at Spa, so we keep him in our thoughts.
Yeah, 18 years old, and it was just awful. Heartbreaking and such as like a reminder of sort of quite how, you know, we talk about it and we love the sport so much, but actually it's so dangerous. It really is, and they really do put their lives on the line when they get on the car. I mean, it's, and such a young guy, so well said. I think the weather conditions played a part in that accident. I think it's just better to call the race off, obviously in hindsight, but I think in situations like that, where that track in particular, that it's after Eau Rouge, Lance Stroll came out after in the presser yesterday and said, change the corner. We've lost 2 guys now in the last couple of years at this corner. Change the corner. Richard said on here, like literally, you can't see. Yeah, we talked. I was lucky to talk with him about what's ahead of you really on Eau Rouge because of obviously the incline. So hopefully this will spark some change. But it's just really heartbreaking, really awful. Absolutely, it really is. But hopefully we'll have a good race today in his memory. Richard says, good to see the Star crew back. Oh. I like that. That made me blush. The Style crew. Star crew. I thought it was Style because I felt really self-conscious about my Air Force Ones compared to how white and shiny yours are. I took these off a mate. Bro, look at the difference, man. Look at that. It's like, I had a pair like these. I've only now just replaced them. This is what Air Force Ones do. Mate, mine are rank compared to yours. Give me 2 weeks, man. Oh, man. The Prix start. Yeah. When the Prix starts, it's sad, isn't it? Give it off. It's so done. Sad when the Prix start going. That's a nice name for us, the Star crew. I like that, I'm into that. Ngoni says Hulk to Red Bull in 2024. Who is that? Hulk to Red Bull? Not for me. I think they'll go young. I think they'll go someone young. I can't see them getting rid of. But his performances are phenomenal. They are. He has been brilliant. He has been. His one lap pace has been mad. Out of this world. I mean, I don't actually think Hulkenberg. Where does he start today? I think it's like 8th or something. But I think it's 8th. But I don't think he'll score points again today. I think there's too many quick cars behind. But unless they mix up with the flag. But his qualifying is a joke. Yeah, he's become Mr. Saturday, which is what George was in Williams. Yeah, literally, basically. That's him. Grimbo says Max to win by 2 laps. Vinny says Red Bull aren't screwed of getting rid of their drivers. What? By 2 laps? Can you imagine? One day that's actually insane. It would be mad if he did that. Ephraim says Checo and Max is like Michael and Rubens at Ferrari. Cavian says Charles DNF lap prediction. I didn't say it, but he said it. Oh, that's hilarious. Lap 72 when it's over. Vinny says, let's hope for a Hamilton podium, Matisse. Yes, let's hope. And Ngoni says, Matisse, Max will come back to win. And he also says, no, Abby, this is worse than any Merc domination. Red Bull can literally win every race this year. They could do. I think the difference with the Merc domination is that there was 1 year or couple of years where Rosberg was really pushing Hamilton, and that was at least, creating friction in the team and creating dynamics that kept things interesting. I think because Checo is so off the pace to Max, it's a little bit more difficult to stomach because Max is going to win the drivers, Max is going to win the races, and Checo is nowhere to be found. So if you had that battle, if say it was Lando or someone in that second seat, and he was really pushing Max, I'd be very entertained with that kind of situation. We were talking about Lando yesterday because we were talking about Audi, obviously, when it comes in 2026. And I really like Lando. I think he's a great driver. And I was saying, he's out of contracts in 2025. Like, could he possibly drive that? And I got really trolled by someone yesterday being like, why would it be Lando? As if it was like... A lot of people feel like Lando's overrated. I think he's doing a great job. I mean, he's starting P4. I know he's had some bad weeks, but the car is bang average. He's starting P4 today. There was some things that obviously went on in the sprint. It happened a couple of weeks ago. He's starting in a good position as well. And obviously, and the sprint, he didn't ended up not going so well in the sprint, but qualified very well in the sprint, as you say. I agree. I think he's a great driver. I think anyone would be lucky to have Lando on their team. I think a lot of the time it is the car that is letting him down. Yeah, I can see him going for a Mercedes eventually, actually. With Lewis eventually leaving. But that's a long time away potentially, isn't it? It could be. You never really know. Well, he's still in contract till 2025, so
he hasn't really got a choice unless someone's going to buy it out.
We're going to see a lot of change from that 25 into or the beginning of the 26 season.
Yeah.
When Audi comes in, we, lose Alfa Romeo, and a lot of contracts. Charles' contract is up. I think the same time we could see that could be
what about
crazy.
When's his contract?
I don't know off the top of my head. It might be same, or it might be end of 24. I can't remember.
It's going to be a big change, but I didn't understand the.
No, I think a lot of people feel like Lando's overrated. Personally, I don't think so. I think Lando's really, really talented. I think he's just not been in a very competitive car for a few years now, so people are starting to forget the talent that he has because he's not in the competitive part of the field a lot of the time. But recently, the last couple of weeks to a month, he's actually been in a good position.
He's dragging that McLaren.
I need him to stick in this kind of zone of
he needs points today.
He needs points. What happened last time was just disappointing, man. It was like, what was it, a couple of laps in, and he was basically right back to the back of the grid again.
Yeah.
So
well, yesterday he got kind of caught up. He was P3 yesterday, wasn't he, in the sprint? But he kind of got caught up in between that whole mess going on.
I think it was an anti-stall issue, and he just couldn't get the power down. Apparently, it was something to do with when Max was dive bombing into Checo. Max, unbelievable on the brakes, hit it so hard that Lando was like, oh my God, and only, inches away from hitting the back of him. And with going so heavy on the brakes, the anti-stall kicked in. And then
got lost in
he was unable to really tough. But that fight in the sprint, we haven't talked about the fight in the sprint, which is one of the best three-way fights we've seen in ages. Ocon, Norris and Leclerc for that last point. Great racing, respectful racing, but three guys at the top of their game. I loved that. I loved that in the sprint.
I really hope it's like this today. Right, let's just go through a few of your other comments, and then we will get back to the race because we're almost about to be underway. Ephraim says, who said nobody moaned about Lewis winning? Christian Horner and Ferrari threatened to leave F1 if they didn't change the regulations. Well, I think Mercedes are trying to also do that now, back to Red Bull.
Where is he going to go?
Where's he going to go? Nowhere.
Leave F1.
Harry says, RIP, Diddy Van Hoff. Such a shame we've had two drivers die in a 5-year gap, both at Spa. Hopefully we can improve side impact safety and the safety at Spa and not drive in the poor conditions. He also says, I think an exciting race will be the Ferraris, Astons and the Mercedes without Max due to engine troubles or something like that. And Ngoni says, panel, how many seconds is Max winning by today?
I think if he gets past the Ferraris will say, let that be, let's hold 2-3. I think it could be maybe not 2 laps, but it could be not far off a 12, minute, to be honest. Seconds. No, I think
have we got whiteboards? Have we got whiteboards today?
No, doesn't look like it.
Listen, if it's over a minute, then it can't be.
All right, we'll make a quick prediction.
How many seconds Max wins it by?
Max wins it by today.
39.
We're just assuming Max wins it.
What is the longest gap ever?
I don't know, but it's got to be a bit of a monster, isn't it? And it would, 39, me.
39.
Yeah, I think if he gets past the Ferraris, they'll just worry about what's behind them and not in front of them.
God, could you imagine that? He could pit stop like 4 times without being bothered.
I'm going to say something reasonable. if that happens, I'm just
71 laps.
I'm taking
that
jacket.
Circuit.
I'm dashing it. If that happens,
I can see it.
I'm leaving the sport as Christian Horner would say.
Make your prediction.
17 seconds.
17 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be tighter. I've just had a feeling all week that it's gonna be tighter. I said it on Wednesday's preview. I'll go 12.
Wow.
I'll go 12 seconds. I think this isn't going to be as clear cut as I think it is, purely for the fact that it is actually also Ferrari 2 or 3 behind.
Yeah.
I think they're really going to try and fight.
One of them needs to go into the lead and kind of...
Can't be long now.
Right, we're 2 minutes away.
Excited, man.
We're 2 minutes
Look
away.
at you, you're back.
Joe, you've got the grid, so
I've got the grid.
Run through the grid. And also, Matisse, I want you to tell me your P1, P2, P3.
Do you want the grid first, or do you want?
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
Go on.
So front row, Max and then Charles. On the second row, third Carlos Sainz and fourth Lando Norris. Behind him, the other Brit, Lewis Hamilton and Lance Stroll starting on the third row. Only the second time this season that Lance Stroll's out-qualified Fernando Alonso, who starts alongside Nico Hülkenberg. And making up the end of the back 10, Pierre Gasly and Alex Albon. Poor qualifying for George Russell, who starts in 11th next to Esteban Ocon. Then Oscar Piastri and Valtteri Bottas next. Sergio Perez in a very ugly 15th next to Yuki Tsunoda. Second to back row, Zhou Guanyu, Logan Sargent, and then the guy starting from the pit lane, actually not starting even from the row, Magnussen and De Vries.
As soon as I heard that P15, I looked at Abby. I was like, is he under pressure? But I didn't say it. I just looked at her. She looks under pressure.
Go on, give us your prediction.
I'm going to go Max, followed by Leclerc, followed by Hamilton.
Give me a break.
I need Hamilton in the
Where's
top
Carlos?
three.
He's
Carlos in fourth.
You
Carlos in
defo
fourth.
changed up from the other day.
Yeah, probably.
You had Alonso in there.
I did, but look where Alonso is.
7th.
Yeah, no, for me, no.
Joe?
Yeah.
The order it is Max,
Okay.
Charles, Carlos. I think Hamilton could do a serious push, but I think the benefit of having both the Ferraris next to each other, if they can just be sensible and not don't let them fight.
Strategy.
Do not
That
let them
doesn't sound
fight.
like Ferrari. Come on now, you want them
know.
to be sensible?
Yeah.
You want them to be calm and
All I want in my
composed?
life.
No, we want carnage. That's what we want. We want
Formation lap is underway.
crazy.
By the way. Formation
Prediction?
What
lap.
about you?
I'm sticking to what I had the other day, which I think was Max, Charles, and Lewis.
Okay.
I think that's what
So
I
same
said
as you?
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Maybe we can check that.
I don't know why I'm going.
pretty
With,
sure
I don't know why I'm
but
going
I
with
think
Leclerc
I
over Sainz. I don't
Did I
really
have
know.
Alonso? Did I have Alonso's there the other day?
Can't
God, it
remember.
feels like a lifetime ago
It
already.
does, oh my
It
God.
does.
I'm gonna go Max, Charles, Lewis.
I don't know why I have Charles over
Everyone's
Sainz.
sleeping on Carlos.
Yeah,
The weekend's been so good.
I know,
I know.
You know, I love
I know.
Carlos. but-
Yeah, we all love
And
Carlos.
Leclerc feels more like a.
Do you know why? Just because I think even though Sainz has had a really good weekend, in a race itself, I trust Charles a bit more if he doesn't have a failure with the
Yeah,
car.
okay, interesting.
Sometimes we've seen Carlos where he's told to push and told to fight for the place, and it just isn't.
Leclerc's been
necessarily
making a lot of
enough.
I think he
mistakes
gets a bit
this season.
sleepy, Carlos, as well sometimes. If
But
it's
you're
if he's
not
not.
Max, who's 20 ahead, and you can
Yeah.
fall asleep. You know,
But Leclerc's made mistakes though this
he
season.
has.
So I don't
Come
know.
on, Ferrari, let's have something. Let's make something happen today.
Right, we're
Come on.
almost
Why do they do this to
underway.
him? Every time they do this to him, it's just so sad to watch.
I'm from the Merc fan.
By the way-
Russell's starting 11th, mate.
By the way, guys.
Oh yeah,
Chill out.
Yeah, we need to talk about the
forgot about that.
Formation lap is underway, by the way, and we also have hot dogs. So feel free to tuck into your hot dogs.
I'm going to take a hard pass on the hot dogs.
You're a hot dog lover. I love a hot dog. I mean, I've never had it with reggae sauce.
Yeah, that's the only.
No one likes a hot dog in here.
they're part of the decoration now, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean,
100%.
Yeah,
I'll have a Red Bull though in a minute for sure.
yeah, we are trying to.
I'm gonna try and get Lewis Hamilton branded monster cans just to balance it out. Do they still do this?
Ferrari, man, they're like 35 points off Aston Martin in third. We need a good points haul
do need a
weekend
good day,
for our
yeah.
constructor. We can't be fourth. This is a really big opportunity for Ferrari, and they really can't mess it up. They're not going to mess it up. Come on.
They're not going to mess it up.
No, they're not gonna mess
the
it up.
Famous last
Nope,
word.
No.
that would not be.
I've got high
So
confidence
lap
today.
5, we have an engine failure.
Crash into each other on
Crash
corner
into
1.
each other.
Brilliant.
Oh,
Take
God.
each other
Could you
out.
imagine? That'd be so funny.
If they do that,
like Gasly and Ocon in.
Actually,
Yeah.
I feel sick. I can't think about it. Right, come on.
All right. Everyone excited? Everyone ready?
He's so
Oh,
stressed.
man, let's
He's
go.
he's so stressed.
Well, you should be stressed because Mercedes.
I'm good, man.
Serious
I'm good.
nothing stressed
I'm
about
good.
you.
I've only got Hamilton at the moment. I'll see what Russell can do. Let's see.
Here
if
we
he
go.
can
Okay.
Get himself up the grid first. See what lap 1 says.
And
Not
it's
stressed
lights out. Let's race.
Come on, Verstappen, man. Just bin it or something.
Hamilton's had a great start.
Here is nice from
Hamilton's-
Max.
Yeah, he's
Lovely.
taking it.
Great start from Hamilton, who's done Norris already.
Yep, that's my boy on science already. Going for the podium
No, he's
positions.
not going to. Come
He's
on.
going for the podium positions.
This is coming into turn 3. This is where we can
Come
see
on.
some dive bombs from Charles. Go on, Charles. Have a go.
Charles needs
have
to
a go.
attack.
Oh,
Attack.
oh,
Go on, Leclerc! Oh, he's going around the outside. He's
Yeah,
going
nice
around the
try.
He's there.
Yellow
outside.
flag.
Have a look. Yellow flag.
We've got a yellow flag in sector 1. What on earth's happening?
Green.
It's clean.
Back to
We're all
green.
good.
Come on, man.
Oh my God. Charles having another look.
He is, but.
Yeah.
Charles having another look.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
Oh
no.
my God.
Max
if you're
defending
gonna try
nicely.
And do that,
Oh.
you need to have a bit. You need to have a bit more bollocks with it. I'm sorry. That was like very half. The 3 attempts he's just done are very half-hearted.
Don't play with Max.
The car is
Yeah.
so much quicker though, the Red Bull car. So now I imagine that will be kind of the last opportunity that the Ferraris will have a go.
I would think so.
Not going to see him again.
Max will go, and now they've got to worry about Lewis because Lewis has rolled his sleeves up and is having a go, really having a go.
Mad.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got the 2 Ferraris. Max.
Has
Lewis
Perez
there.
moved up a bit?
We've got a safety car.
I think. Whoa, what?
Oh, we have a safety car.
We have a safety car.
I'm not sure why.
That's probably good news for Ferrari because...
I think Nico Hulkenberg's done a job on... is that Fernando Alonso who's done a job on there?
That is Nico Hulkenberg.
2, 3, 4,
It's a virtual safety car, is it?
It's a virtual? Are we going to see why we have a safety car? I got damaged. Shock.
It's right far back.
Is that Sonoda?
Mate, it's Stroll that's dropped down to 9th, and both that Magnussen...
Both the Haas.
Oh, wow.
Well, something's going on with Magnussen.
Something's going on. Magnussen's coming into pit, is he? Yeah.
But Hulkenberg
shot up. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we're currently
Lando's still in a good position.
They're not really showing us
what's happening.
Why.
Well, Sonoda's back of the grid, so it must be something to do with him.
All right, well,
here he is.
Let's just have a look at the current position. So it's Max in
front wing coming off.
Front wing.
Yeah, there you go.
That's their race over.
Yeah, that must be it then. So he's probably clipped. He's probably lost a bit of.
Who did he clip though?
Carbon fibre or something.
Do you think that was with the Haas?
Oh, there is this damage on the track. That's
right.
Right, Perez is on the radio. If we can try and figure out what he's saying. But how it stands is Verstappen, Leclerc, Sainz, Hamilton, Norris, Alonso, Hulkenberg, Stroll, Gasly,
this is good
and
for
Albon.
Ferrari.
This is good for Ferrari.
Huge, mate.
Because he was just about to leave
Get
them.
away.
Yeah,
I don't know a better driver off the back of the safety car in terms of getting the power down than Max. So I don't think we're going to get past him, but it bunches us up a little bit. It gives us an opportunity. It's also very good for Lewis Hamilton, this. Very good for Lewis Hamilton to have a look at the back of Carlos Sainz.
It was a decent start from Norris. I know he lost a place, but we didn't see what happened yesterday with him get caught up and push all the way back. Coylan, tell us what's going on.
Yes, so the safety car has come out because, as you've seen, there's a lot of debris at turn 1. That's why they're going through the pit lane at the minute, just to give them a second to clear that up. And also, Sonoda went off at turn 4. Went through the gravel and broke his front wing.
Oh dear.
Kevin Magnussen as well has been into the pits with a suspected energy recovery failure.
Oh dear.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so...
Did that Aston Martin clip the...
I've got to be honest, I think that was a bit gutless from Norris. I think Norris could have done more on Hamilton there. He just seemed to let him go. And the other thing is the McLaren car's not that much slower than the Mercedes car anymore. Obviously it's slower, but not that.
Do you think it was just trying to avoid...
Oh yeah. Oh dear. Yeah. Oh dear.
Do you think that was just trying to avoid getting into anything and damaging the car early doors?
Like his
especially with McLaren,
time.
they put all the eggs in Norris's basket. So is that the kind of thinking that he's probably got to try and just make sure there's no issue? Oh, terrible start from Yuki.
Is that twice?
Yeah.
Did he crash his... Did he smash his front wing twice in 2 corners?
Twice in 2 corners. Literally.
No wonder they needed to change it. Not 3 times.
A lady.
No. It took me about 3 seconds.
Oh god.
Safety car coming in.
This lap. Okay, so we're basically restarting essentially.
Yeah.
Oh dear, that's having no
it
front
there.
wing. That's having no
there.
downforce on the front wing.
That's it
Did
there.
he not realise that what happened?
Half his front wing
Half
was
his front wing was on the floor.
All right, so we're going to get a flying start, but it'll be here we go. Max going to bunch it up.
He's backing him up now. This is where
Come on, Max.
Leclerc needs to be on it.
Come on.
Here we go.
I think he's put the foot down. When is he going to put the
Not
foot down?
Get a bit
He's
of heat in the tyres.
Weaving now, bobbing around.
Come on. Come on.
It's very rare that anyone catches Max from this position, like
He's
you
not
said.
going to let that happen. Go on, let's go.
It's his choice, and he's off.
Bang. He's off.
That's what I mean. He's so
good.
clever about the way he restarts.
He's just an incredible driver. He's just
I've had enough of this.
The
next decade, we just have to watch Max just clear off down the road.
He's just got to try and
Norris is having a little look at the back of Hamilton again. He's very close on him. Big opportunity for Norris. He could have a look here in turn 1.
I think that might have been your opportunity there.
As I said, I'm not expecting us to catch Max, but if we can hold for 2-3, I'll be like unbelievable day. If we can score an 18-15 or an 18-16 with the fastest lap, mate.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. It was over within a couple minutes at Monaco in the wet, Ephraim says. Nicholas says,
touch at the back.
How is Leclerc starting P2 when he was out of the top 10 yesterday? I think that was due to the sprint. Harry says qualifying was on Friday. He's basically all chatting to each other in the thing.
Yeah.
Apex Attackers is hoping for a 2019 Austrian Grand Prix Max versus Charles type of battle, or even last year's. Ephraim says it's not 2019 anymore. Charles doesn't have an illegal car to cheat with.
Oh, boo.
Nicholas says, what's the point of the sprint race? Didn't it result in the starting grid?
This is what I'm saying. It just confuses people.
It just does. Basically, you've got to watch F1 from Friday all the way through to Sunday to keep up with all that.
This is why I think it needs to be.
That's a good point. You've got to be quite committed and watch the whole weekend to know what's going on. It's quite a commitment. Whereas before you could sort of check the qualifying on a Saturday. Okay, cool. Here's, for casual viewers, not everyone has the time to dedicate a whole weekend to it. That's such a good point.
Well, exactly. Okay, we're 5 laps in, by the way, of 71. Max has just set the fastest lap. No further investigation into that issue. Lap 1, turn 1. Apex says yesterday's sprint showed that it all needs to be an exciting sprint for a bit of strategy to come into play in the form of pit stops. Just need some ultra softs that will wear down heavily.
100%.
Jake says Abbey versus Matisse in F1 challenges and the loser does a forfeit. Well, I think we hopefully will get some go-karting under our belts, won't we?
That needs to be done.
Let's talk about Mercedes first and foremost, shall we?
Yeah, I mean, Hamilton just outside the podium positions, basically exactly where he started, so no change. But
he's got one, hasn't he?
Yeah, Russell. Has Russell moved? He hasn't, has he? No. So it's like everything's kind of just remained exactly the same for us. We haven't lost any place. We haven't moved. So I just need Hamilton to try and just keep working on science and see if he can get into the podium positions today. It's as good as we can hope for. With Russell, with that car, you'd expect him to try and crack into the top 7, but again, he's going to have to get to work because he hasn't moved yet. I think the safety car
is that touch that I was
ruined any momentum.
But it's been I guess a poor weekend. I mean, it's not really Russell's fault though. Why he was starting where he was.
Yeah, sometimes I look at Mercedes. It's like one step forward and then sometimes 2 steps back. Like the upgrades were brilliant, and everybody was like looking at this double podium finish and thinking potentially this could be a kick on now to really go and cement themselves as maybe the second strongest team on the grid again. But now you look at where they are; they're kind of just amongst the pack again. And Russell's had a really kind of dodgy last couple of weeks. Not all his own fault, like you said, but I don't know.
He's just not as good as Lewis.
He's not. He showed a lot of consistency last year, which kind of made people start thinking, "Oh, is he on Lewis's level?" He was.
I think a lot of that was because Lewis
got used to the car a lot quicker than Lewis.
We're going to see a nice little battle here because we've got Perez just in behind Russell. DRS is now enabled. How long until that?
It's crazy how many people had to try and convince that Lewis, a 7-time world champion, was still better than George Russell as a driver in terms of the ability. It's crazy.
Norris is calling out Hamilton for track limits. He's getting on the radio saying he keeps going outside the lines. When's he going to get a penalty? So I think we're going to see a lot of that today because we saw it in qualifying and in sprint.
God, we saw so many, what's they called, thingy laps that are just chalked off.
Deleted laps. Yeah, completely.
We saw loads.
Well, the thing is, we've got a huge DRS train between about Alonso right the way back down to Perez. So it's going to be difficult for Perez to overtake Russell because Russell has DRS on Albon, who has it on Gasly, who has it on Stroll, who has it on Hülkenberg, who has it on Alonso. So there's this fat DRS train of 6 cars. So it's going to be very, very, very difficult for anyone to break through that.
Ooh.
So that's track limits there.
Track limits.
We're seeing a lot of track.
That keeps happening on that final corner before the pit straight.
Well, but they've had 3 days essentially to
they didn't get enough practice in.
No, they didn't get enough practice, but they've had enough practice, I guess, driving essentially the last few days.
Yeah.
I wonder how strict they're going to be with it. Because if they punished everybody, it could be a
crazy
strict.
If they're gonna
well, they've got to
implement it, then
they set a precedent on Friday, basically. You know, with how I think they deleted 47 laps on Friday. So they need to keep that same energy.
That's mental.
They do.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm quite worried because I think the Ferraris are fighting.
Yeah, no, they are.
Yeah, and why not? I mean, Leclerc.
Why not?
We need
of course, Abby's going to say that.
We need the points.
Listen, I'm not bothered. Max is absolutely fine. I'm absolutely fine with it.
Look at that. It's so close.
But you did want to see a fight.
No, 100%.
Maybe not with each other.
I'm here for it. It's only going to help Lewis.
I'm very uncomfortable with it.
I'm very comfortable.
Do you think they've said to them, you can fight with each other today?
If they crash each other out, I will literally scream.
There's always that possibility when it comes to Ferrari.
I don't personally. I suppose it's a race, so they should race.
It's too early in the race, maybe as well, to say that you can't fight.
Yeah, but we're 4th in the Constructors' Championship, man. Like, as I said, we need
whoever's
an 18,
quicker,
15.
Whoever's quicker, just let them through. But
it doesn't happen.
Yeah, there's also that. Signs asking for what they think about pace in terms of, can you let me go, please?
Yeah, he's on the tail of Leclerc.
Verstappen already 2.5 ahead, so that's done.
Can't even see where
Pass
Max
me a Red
is,
Bull, please.
Yeah, I can't even see Max.
Can't even see Max. Max is
Can you
well
wrap
and
it up in
truly
a
away.
Ferrari?
But Perez is right there. He's fighting. He's fighting. He's trying to get. He needs to get in front of.
Yeah, that Perez-Russell fight's cool.
Russell. He needs to get in front of George if he's going to try and build anything from this weekend. I think he's going to be really determined.
Oh, Perez is having a little look at the outside. No joy.
Russell, he must be trying to stay so far away from those track limits.
Yeah.
Coylan, what's going on?
A bit of news on Lewis Hamilton. He's struggling braking into turn 3. He's been on the radio. The team has been giving him different seconds to try, so it might be something to keep an eye on in terms of Lewis Hamilton.
Interesting. Is that Nico Hulkenberg being done? Oh, he's gone very wide. Oh, he's lost. He's going to lose
2 places, is he? No.
Just not like I wonder if he'll have to give it.
I think it's about strategy today for Haas. We've seen them do this a lot, where they'll be in a decent position towards the end of the race, then pit and lose their position. And I hope they don't today. I hope if they're going to pit, they're going to do it early enough.
Let's see.
Also, Alex Albon currently 10th. What an amazing weekend he had last week.
Yeah. He could honestly hold off Russell and Perez and score a point. Can you imagine? Because the Williams is hard to pass. Really hard car to pass.
You've just got to defend really well, haven't you?
And he's very good at that.
Oh, down the inside.
Signs back on
I feel
the
like
race.
that's
Perez
Perez
has
on
just done
Russell.
George.
Oh wait, he's fighting back though. Come on, George.
We
Man.
stick with the plan.
George, come on.
This
No
is good
attack for
racing.
now.
This
Squeeze
is
him out.
really good racing.
Squeeze him.
Yeah, it's the left-hander next
There
to
he
him.
is, and he's got him.
Ouch.
Come on, Checo.
Ouch.
Prove to everyone why you stay in that seat.
Russell, man.
Suck on that, George.
Well, you like George.
I do like George. I do. But because you were so nasty about Checo earlier.
This is what we do.
Mind games. You've got to be critical if you're putting in poor performances like that.
I totally agree with
You've got
you.
to be.
Mind games.
I do totally agree. If we have a look at what's going on at the back end of the grid, Ocon, 13th, he's going to want to try and move on up. Sargent, Tsunoda, Bottas. It's a shame. I feel like Bottas is so much better than being in that Alpha. I really do. They're just there for vibes. Like they're not really doing anything.
Yeah, but I think I don't know. He's a very good team player. Like you said, he's a good team driver. But
what he did at Merc
no
was
top
mad.
team's going to take him at this point, are they? Because they're going to be looking to the future.
Track limits at turn 10.
Yep.
Deleted.
We saw it.
Well, then we have to.
Car 55 time 110.
Every time Hamilton goes off, please report it from Norris.
Is someone going to...
So has he just gone off again there, Hamilton? That's basically what we're seeing.
Well,
this is so interesting.
You'd have to say, if you've just had signs getting a lap deleted, then why are they not
so
looking
that must
at Lewis?
be... That must be for the fastest lap, I guess. Lap deleted.
They're not going to... So for... Is it... How many penalties is it going to be before they start saying 5-second penalty or something?
And the difficulty is...
There'll probably be signs that get...
If everyone's going, good move by Pierre Gasly.
If everyone's doing it.
If everyone's doing it, they have to do it across the board. Yeah. And there'll be so much after going, okay, well, they went off 13 times, we went off 11 times, and we got a penalty and they didn't. Yeah. There'll be so much of that. It's so hard to police.
Hamilton, turn 10, lap time deleted, exceeding the track limits.
Oh, Hulkenberg coming in after 12 laps. Unless that's a mechanical issue, it kind of feels quite early.
That must have been. I mean, he went off track, didn't he? We saw that little bit of a lock-up he had earlier on. Was that strategy?
3-1. No, it looks as though it was just a tyre thing. They didn't change a wing or anything.
Well, he's lost that position he was in. I think he was 8th at one point. Perez is now up to
Albon.
9th.
Yeah.
Now up to 9th.
That's what's going to happen.
He's going to have DRS as well over Gasly.
How far can Perez get today, do you think?
I think
top 6
fifth.
Comfortably.
I could say. I think what I really want to see that battle with him in between the two Astons.
Yeah. Stroll and Alonso.
I think he could possibly get 5th.
So Stroll lost his place to Alonso?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that if Perez is right behind Stroll, I think he'll get Stroll. It's just going to be the battle between Alonso and Perez.
Hamilton's saying that the car feels slow, and you can see that it's 3.5 seconds off the Ferraris now.
He's having problems in turn 3. I haven't been able to see a camera.
I mean, that's the world's most comfortable move by Sergio Perez, because he's in a car about 6 times quicker than the Williams. Still 10th, so 9th, sorry.
If you could drive for any car...
Black and white flag. So that's just basically a warning.
That if you do it again...
Stop doing that.
Yeah.
Naughty boy is what that is.
If you could drive for any team.
If you could drive for any team, would it be the team you support, or would it be different because of the car?
Yeah, Ferrari, 100%. It'd be so cool.
Would you rather drive a Mercedes or drive a Red Bull to see the difference?
Good question.
I think if I was to choose, I'd probably say I'd rather drive a Ferrari than any other team.
What?
Yeah.
Just before we go back, there's been a yellow flag.
Not on pace.
Oh.
There's a yellow flag for the Haas, but interesting about that.
That's Hülkenberg.
That black and white flag for Hamilton. He just said, you have to keep it. You have to keep it in the track, and he said, I can't keep it in the track. The car won't steer.
Yeah.
Smoky car.
Not on pace, but on history and. Yeah, I think like I said, if I could choose for Hamilton to win his last World Championship in a Ferrari, I'd love that. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm really sad for Hülkenberg.
Oh, he was having a great race as well.
I'd love that.
So we've got a yellow flag. It's going to bunch back up. We're going to see Max Verstappen be within striking distance of those two Ferraris again. We know that the Hamilton's car is slow. Who's going to pit under this safety car?
This is why my eyes are always on Carlos, because if Carlos's seat becomes vacant one day, and Hamilton goes in there, and then Ferrari fix up on strategy and fix up their team.
It's a big if.
So it's a lot of ifs, but...
to be fair, last race they got the strategy right.
Yeah.
So,
no, they did.
And he's currently chasing for second. So we're looking at that yellow flag. I mean, Gene's going to be on the phone again, isn't he, to Gunter?
Yeah.
Hi, Gene. Which is a real shame. Hamilton back on the radio.
Yeah, if not Ferrari, then I'd drive the Mercedes
though. For the whole track now.
Never drive a Red Bull.
So they are. They'll catch up with. They'll catch up with Max, I'd imagine.
Good. Yeah. We need to bunch this up again.
Bit of a strategy from Alonso. He's on the hard tyres.
What happened there, man?
So this is Lewis coming in. Yeah, this is Lewis and Norris coming in. Should we just guess with our mouths?
Let's guess. Okay, go.
2.8.
2.9.
2.10.
2.10.
Oh! Norris.
2.10.
Norris,
no 2.10.
Norris 3.1. Norris 3.1.
Has he come in yet?
He hasn't even come in yet.
Oh.
Where is he?
Oh, he's not in yet.
Everyone's coming in. Wow, we've got all the guys.
Oh, God, he's taken him for ages to get in there. My God.
Was he not right behind Hamilton?
He was right behind him.
This must be Piastri.
Oh, that's a really slow pit.
No, it was quick. 2.3.
I don't know what's going on there.
By the time he got in there, that took forever.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened.
It did take a while to get in, didn't it? Didn't even
Does that count my correct?
It was Piastri. It wasn't Norris.
Yeah.
It was Piastri.
Does that count my correct time?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That was gold.
Love that. Let's go production. Let's do it.
Yeah, so we see a lot of cars pitting under the virtual safety car at the minute, and this is actually a good thing to keep an eye on, because all these cars now, even though they might run longer on their hard compound tyres, they've come in earlier under the virtual safety car, and they're going to lose a lot less time than they would have under race conditions.
Yeah.
So it could really work in their favour as the race goes on here.
There was another thing for Yuki, right just then, track limits.
Yeah.
So now they seem to be pretty hot on it.
We've got a Ferrari coming in.
Ferrari coming into pit.
I'm unsure which one.
Is that just 3 strikes and you're out?
Is that both Ferraris? They can't be double stacking. Give me a break.
They are
double stacking.
They're double stacking. Don't mess it up. It's slow.
Oh, it's slow.
Really slow.
It's really slow. And this is also probably going to be not the quickest.
Oh my god! Oh my god! A 4.4 and a 4.5, man.
Ferrari. This is what they do.
Why?
This is what they do.
There was no
double stacking the two Ferraris,
and they've lost track position.
They've lost track position, and look who's
Hamilton?
there.
Where's Hamilton?
Checo.
Where's Hamilton?
Yeah, but he hasn't stopped.
He hasn't stopped yet. But where's Hamilton? Oh, Hamilton pitted, and he's.
And we got a green flag.
Lovely.
Carlos Sainz is in 6th position.
Oh, they've done him.
Come
so
on,
dirty.
Hammy, let's go.
They've
Split the Ferraris.
So
Norris in there as well.
Yeah, but Hamilton stopped.
Hamilton stopped. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hamilton and Norris stopped, and
let's
now
go and get our podium, boys. Let's go.
I feel sick.
Let's go get our podium.
I tell you what, the only thing that's interesting is that Verstappen didn't stop and Leclerc is 17 seconds behind. So depending on if Verstappen doesn't get his foot down and Leclerc does, there could be a little cut situation here.
I think he's well aware. He doesn't.
I think Verstappen pace-wise will be fine, but let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's on 16 lap old hard medium tyres. Leclerc's are fresh. Like, they haven't even been used in quali or practice or anything.
I think that as a Ferrari, you shouldn't judge a Red Bull strategy.
No, I'm not judging the strategy. I just think there's an opportunity.
There was.
What does Carlos say? I mean, he's going to be
Guys, come on. Why don't I stay out? Come on.
Yeah, correct.
I love this. I love this. I keep predicting these Ferrari implosions.
You know what? And it always seems to be that Sainz is the one that gets fucked.
There was absolutely no need for that. Absolutely no need. Just bring one of them in. They didn't need to do something clever.
2, 3.
No, there's still an option. They're still there because Sainz is doing Norris. There you go.
Come on, Carlos. There's a penalty.
Lewis Hamilton penalty.
Hamilton.
5 seconds. So Carlos is now ahead of him.
Within the track limit.
Let's go, Ferrari. Come on. Let's go. Come on. This is what you did to me last time. I don't know what went wrong. You put on my jacket. Come on.
Listen, you can't say he wasn't warned. Norris was on the radio from early doors saying he's not going in the track limits. He's had a black and white flag and he's done it again. It's a 5-second penalty for Lewis Hamilton.
I can see that being a feature of today. I think we could see a few more of those coming in.
Absolutely, we can. I tell you, someone who's not going outside of those track limits, Checo. Absolutely not.
I think he's messed it up big time. Aston Martin. Alonso hasn't pitted.
Stroll's all the way down in 15th at the minute. Want to see what you guys are saying. Apex Attacker says Ferrari should just wait till Max pits and pull a Merc with Sainz to try and hold him up for Charles. Grimbo says just swap the Ferraris. Nicholas says they completely screwed Carlos. And Apex Attacker saying Lewis with the pen. A Ferrari again. I just think they've got that.
Oh, that's an unsafe release.
That is absolutely an unsafe release.
Wow.
And then they stopped him from getting
That'll be in trouble.
Yeah, he's definitely.
It was either Gasly or Ocon.
That Alpine is definitely getting a second, I don't know how many seconds they'll get, but is it traditionally 5? Unsafe release, yeah.
So, Abby, would you run us through the grid?
That's crazy.
I will run you through the grid. Okay, so there's a penalty for Yuki Tsunoda, I'm assuming.
We're going to see a lot of these.
5-second penalty.
Is it 3 strikes and you're out then?
Black and white flag, and if you do it again, then you get a pen.
So you get one warning?
Warning, black and white penalty. By the looks of it, it changes race to race.
What if you do it again? What if you do it again?
I guess it'd be another penalty. Penalty.
Ocon, he has front wing damage. Bottas, it's going to fall off. So we need to keep an eye on what's going on with Bottas.
Well, if the FIA judge it that it is going to fall off, they'll black flag him. They'll make him stop.
Yeah.
Which could be quite interesting. But sometimes I think they say that to
to
try and get someone out.
Sainz has just set the fastest lap. So from front to back, we'll go down the grid. Verstappen, Leclerc 16 seconds behind. Perez, none third. Hamilton, Sainz
has just done him.
Up to 4th. He's done Lewis right there.
Oh, has he? Because Lewis is right back. This is great racing. Come on.
Nice from Carlos Sainz.
Fair play.
Really nice. Okay, we'll run you through that again.
Come on.
Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez, Sainz with the fastest lap. Hamilton, Norris, Alonso, Gasly, Tsunoda, Russell, Magnussen, Albon, Ocon, Stroll, Bottas, Piastri, Sargent, Zhou, and De Vries, and Hulkenberg is out. He after a failure.
This has been a great race so far.
It has been really good. We've had so many safety cars. It's all going off today.
Let's not forget, Perez third is caveated with the fact that he hasn't stopped yet.
Yeah.
So that would drop him down. I'm trying to do
but
the
even
maths,
so,
down to about 8th or something, I think.
You know, you have to give him some credit. It was 15th.
If another yellow flag comes out,
he's in a rocket ship.
If another yellow flag comes out, though, then he's perfect.
Well, that's probably what they're holding for, isn't it?
And
that's what Ferrari should have done. I mean, they've actually been quite lucky with Hamilton's penalty and that kind of thing.
Real close to that Merc there.
That is wheel to wheel, isn't it?
Wheel to body.
Hamilton's going to complain.
Absolutely, he's going to complain.
Oh, I can't see it.
So it was good driving there from Carlos Sainz.
Well, do you know what? That's Carlos just done Perez. Thank you very much. Lovely. Let's go. Right, we're back on a 2-3.
Wow.
Carlos has done an absolute masterclass there, and Leclerc is chopping into Verstappen's time. He's done just about a second off.
Maybe those fresh tyres were the way to go.
And we know that Verstappen's due a stop. This is interesting, man.
Black and white flag for Hulkenberg, track limit.
He's out. Why are they giving him a black and white flag?
I've got no idea.
His car's given up.
He's not even there.
Track limits.
Wow, look at this. 4 cars in space of about 20 metres.
That's a nice bit of driving there from Alexander.
Oh, I love that view.
What a camera shot that was.
Race director.
Well done, race director. That was absolutely brilliant. That really was.
You must think
quality.
Where do you even think about putting that camera?
And imagine how small it's got to be.
It's got to be like the most teeny camera.
Yeah. It's got to be so small.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
I think, I'm not sure why they gave that to Hulkenberg when he's out of the race. Should we talk about the Astons? We haven't actually really spoken about them today.
Well, it would help if they showed us how many stops they've done, but I don't think
why can't they
Alonso's come in. I don't think. Maybe production will be able to.
That needs to be put to the FIA so quickly. Can you show us how many stops each car's done?
Yeah.
It's really simple graphic.
This with Alexis.
You did.
Just put
simple
next
graphic.
to the medium, next to the tyre thing, just put 1, 2, 0, whatever, because it completely changes what the order actually means. To remember 20 pit stops, unless you're marking them all down, is it's quite a lot.
Perez
like
went off at turn 10. If they're dishing these things out, they might as well know.
Oh, that's salty! Salty Hamilton!
Wait, what did he say?
He was like, by the way, Perez went off at turn 10. If they're dishing these penalties out, you might as well know. That's such class from Andy.
I love that.
Coylin, what's going on?
Yeah, just to confirm, Alonso did pit, which is strange because he started on the hards and went on to the mediums. So
okay, he did pit under safety car. So yeah, okay, they've actually done all right then. But Stroll down there in
black and white flag for Carlos Sainz.
So one more and he'll get a penalty.
Come on, Hamilton. Come on.
Well, he's already 5 seconds ahead of Hamilton.
Come on.
Regardless.
And remember, Hamilton's on fresher tyres,
Oh,
so I need you to get him here. Let's get him. Let's go.
Phenomenal move.
Come on, finish off the job. Finish off the job.
He'll be complaining about that.
He will be complaining about that.
Finish off the job.
This is racing,
right,
man.
this is where Carlos. This is where Checo needs to step up. You cannot be putting yourself in these situations if you're the Red Bull second driver. Come on.
I actually feel for him slightly because he hasn't pitted, and his tyres are probably worse for wear in comparison. But yeah,
his tyres will be shot. But if he can hold Hamilton,
he'd want to hold him off as much as possible. But I need Hamilton to get this done here if he wants any chance of a podium today.
We're 23 laps into a 71 lap race.
Yeah, so the next they're on the radio to Carlos saying that his next time going out track limits will be a 5-second penalty. Keep it in the lines, in the words of Christian Horner.
Go on, Checo. You know you want to take it out of the.
So what do we think that they're going to do next?
Here we go, Lewis.
In terms of pits, what's the idea for the Red Bulls? And when do we think they're going to pit?
Because neither of them have come in.
I think they're waiting for a safety car.
Well, they'll hold one of them off, won't they? Surely.
I mean, Max has got the time to go and pit.
Is the gap closing at the top, or
13? It's closing.
He's cut off about 4 seconds.
It's
unbelievably.
Perez completely off at turn 10. Has he got a penalty yet?
I'm absolutely loving this from Hamilton.
Go on, Hammy. Love it.
But you want? I want him to have
Christian Horner vibes.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can't hate it because that's your team. That's what you lot do.
It's okay.
No, I'm very into.
Wait, what was that?
That's a move.
Whoa.
That must be.
That is a mad move from. Is it Albon? It's not Sargent, is it? So that was a Williams. Oh my God.
That's front wing damage. That's going to be front wing damage.
Is that who's that in that? Is that still Hulkenberg travelling?
No. Hulkenberg's out.
Hulkenberg's out.
It's
Magnussen. Oh my
days.
Yeah,
and I think that's Oscar Piastri's car.
That is Piastri.
Jesus. What is going on back there?
Okay, pit lane incident is under investigation, as we saw earlier. Sargent and Ocon.
That'll be a penalty.
Esteban Ocon and penalties in the pit lane is like a match made in heaven.
Yeah, he loves it.
Do you only got like 25 seconds of like.
Here he is again, Hamilton on the radio.
It's too far to make a move, man. Come on.
He's back on the radio.
As he should be.
Every single time at turn 10. I mean, he's not wrong. He's close. He is close. They have just said track limit violation for Sergio Perez. I mean, and Verstappen's in.
Right, come on, Max. Quick pit, quick pit.
It was quick.
It's always going to be a quick 2-4.
2-3.
Come on, Maxie.
Damn, impressive. They don't play at Red Bull.
No issues.
So,
off you go.
That's Charles coming down the back.
Why is he taking so slow to get out? Come on.
That's Charles. He's going to have him. Charles is going to have him. Let's go. Let us go, Ferrari. come on!
It's not going to last too long.
Esteban Ocon has got a penalty.
Ocon's been given a penalty.
It's not going to last hugely long.
It's literally going to last about, I give it 2 laps.
All right.
I give it 2 whole laps. 5-second penalty for Esteban Ocon, unsafe release.
And I think that's why they've pitted him, because they knew that they were only losing time every lap, so they were like, let's just get
No, that's Sainz. He's behind Sainz.
Wow.
He's third.
Oh.
Come on, Ferrari!
Oh.
I'd love to know how he managed to lose that amount of time when
Wow.
the pit was so quick.
No, it's the tyres.
It was because it's about 17 seconds you lose under a pit stop, they're saying, and he was 50. You know,
Yeah.
that's
15.
brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant.
That's mad.
Carlos, put a shift in here.
Is Carlos going to do a Checo?
Bro, Charles needs to drive. Charles needs to drive.
Run
and
away.
Carlos needs to put a shift in.
Wow.
He's not going to be able to do much, is he?
No, he is. He is going to do much.
Perez
If he's a
is
top
coming
driver, he is going to do much.
It's just
Carlos.
on the. I mean, to be
Right.
fair, the difference is also that Verstappen is on a hard tyre. Sainz is on a medium tyre that's older.
Perez
Not
is
quite
coming.
that
Block him out. I'm actually rooting for you now. I'm not going to lie.
Come on.
I need.
I think
this,
he could get him here at
I
turn
need this
3,
drama.
to be completely honest.
Come on, Max.
I need this drama. Come on, Carlos.
He's gonna
Keep
keep
it.
it.
Keep it. Nope.
Ready for a
You
Max
got him. He's
Verstappen
got
dive
him.
bomb?
Nope. Carlos
Come on,
is good.
Max.
Carlos
Yes,
is good.
come on.
He's got it.
We will have a look into.
Go on, Carlos. Keep it going. Keep it going. Oh, that exit is so nasty. That exit from the Red Bull was nasty.
Never in doubt, my darling.
That exit was actually ridiculous.
Never in doubt. Come on,
Oh
Max.
my God.
Let's go get number 1.
Right.
As soon as he pulled alongside, I was like, "Yep, this is it."
Max won't have
Wow, that exit was
DRS
crazy.
to get him up and close to Charles, though.
That exit was
Come on.
mad.
Not yet.
Oh my God.
No, wait, no, he's 6 seconds behind, so it'll be ages.
Ages? Have you seen
Come
the
on.
rocket ship?
Look at Abby.
Come on.
She's onto this now. She ain't playing.
Didn't like that disrespect.
Her win is now in jeopardy. She's like, hold on a second.
Perez
Our
now
win's
down
never
in
in
10th.
jeopardy. Listen, we're not even halfway through, guys.
It's true.
We're not even halfway through, and you think that
No, it's
Charles
not.
is going to
It's-
lead
no,
that the
I
whole
don't.
time?
No, I don't.
You think Ferrari's strategy
No.
is going to take this over the
Like
line?
I said, I'd be happy with a 2-3 today.
No,
So
no,
the
no.
fact
Don't
that
settle
we're-
for less. This is a race win we're going for now. All right?
We.
Anything against the Red Bulls, all right?
Bro's chased his tune, isn't he?
Fastest lap there, set by Max. 1 point.
Yeah, get in here.
Okay.
Get in here, mate.
Come on! Yes! That's all I have. Oh, God.
To be
You can't. Yeah.
fair, just no.
Oh, Perez is now.
I'm really enjoying
Perez has
that.
dropped down to 10th.
Yeah, he's pitted.
I'm
No,
sure
he's pitted.
we'll see him make his way back through that grid. Alonso, we haven't really seen much of him today.
No.
Just
He's having his own race.
putting on
Do you think
by.
this track just doesn't suit the Astons particularly?
I thought it would because there was a couple of quite heavy braking corners, but it seems to be suiting the Ferrari and the Mercedes and obviously the Red Bull a lot better. That they're still having an unbelievable season, all things considered, where they were last year. But yeah, I just think maybe it's not quite the track for them.
Perez is loving that corner. Come on, man.
So Verstappen's about a second off to Leclerc
If
already.
Norris can hold that position, great race for him as well.
Yeah, we haven't even spoken about that. He's in 5th.
Yeah, so
do you
true.
think he can?
No.
Think he can? Oh, you know.
yeah, why not?
I don't know. I feel
Who's
like
quicker than him behind him?
I think-
Alonso's 4 seconds away
Do
from
you
him.
think he could finish P4?
I feel like Perez is coming, man.
Kylan?
Perez is coming.
So just something to note, obviously with a lot of talk going on about track limits with Perez and Hamilton and whoever, if you rewind back to qualifying on Friday, a total of 47 times throughout the 3 sessions were deleted just for track limits.
That's what you said.
I don't know.
47 different times. So just goes to show how tricky it is now.
Go on.
Should there be a penalty?
Is that
for
Norris on?
Perez?
Norris has just done Hamilton.
Oh, that's no.
No, he
Norris has
hasn't.
just done Hamilton.
No, he hasn't.
Norris has just done Hamilton.
Oh, my
shit.
goodness.
That's amazing.
Come on, Lando.
That is
Shut the haters
incredible.
up.
See, I said he couldn't
poor.
hold that position. He's gone up.
That was such. Now you wanted to swing. Let's see what you guys are saying in the comments.
couldn't help
M23
himself.
Gaming says another penalty. Apex Ferrari, I feel it. I can see what they're doing. They're cooking-ish.
Oh no, Sainz.
What's going on?
Sainz is under investigation for track limits, so he's going to get 5
He's gonna get 5
seconds.
seconds
Jesus
penalty.
Christ.
Um,
It's never easy, is
and
it?
Goni says Nick De Vries, he's about to go back to Formula E. Jay, 15.7 in front is crazy.
Driving at the Tottenham Stadium.
Yes, yes. Goldman Sachs Canada says, where can I see your
Carlos
lap
Sainz has got a 5 second penalty.
Yes! I mean, no!
No.
Lando.
So that means Lando is.
I'm everywhere.
I'm
all over the place.
Just outside podium.
No, because
places.
you know what it is. Now that Lando's gone past Lewis, and Lewis is really struggling because he can't keep it in track limits. Let alone he's still got a 5-second penalty, Lewis, as well, to add on to this. Let alone be in 5th.
Well,
so if Lando can get onto the podium, I'd love that. I'd love Lando on the podium. I'd love that.
Right. So you're McLaren now, just to confirm.
I'm a bit of everything. I'd love.
Bros, anything.
I'd love Leclerc to beat Verstappen. I'd love Lando to get on the podium instead of Sainz, and
Well, Verstappen's closed that gap to 3 seconds.
Yeah. So I'm a bit of
3.7.
3.7.
I'm a little bit of a mess.
Don't forget the 0.7.
I've got different agendas going on right now.
You've always got an agenda.
You're everywhere. I'll tell you what.
Everywhere.
So Sainz is technically still in a podium position because Norris is 5.9.
Yeah.
So, but you take away the 5 seconds, Norris would be just under a second away from him. So they'll be in Norris's ear saying, "Cut that time down, mate, and you're on the podium."
Yeah.
5-second penalty. I mean,
Sergio Perez is gaining on George Russell as well. Incident involving Sonoda.
Yeah, he's got him.
Noted.
Failing to serve a penalty correctly. I feel like I need to write down all these penalties because I can't remember who's got them.
There's a lot going on.
Right,
Ocon's
penalties. Coylan, can you remind me if I'm wrong? So Sainz has got 5 seconds.
Nice view.
Hamilton's got 5 seconds.
Done.
Ocon,
Perez
5 seconds.
People in that corner. Every time.
Sonoda, 5 seconds. Jeez.
I want to know what race has had the most penalties.
Today,
ever.
This weekend.
Is that all of them, Coylan? Yeah.
Yeah, so just to update you there, that's all of the penalties, and also Sonoda's under investigation for failing to serve the penalty correctly. So
he's doing knock-on.
Usually when that happens, you usually get a 10-second penalty on top of that.
So it ends up being 15?
Could be.
Yeah.
He's not going to be very happy.
We're having a replay of Carlos Sainz here. Is this him going outside of track limits, I'm guessing?
There it is, bang.
Stupid.
Well, you would argue that, I know
it's happening to
he is. He's out. You can't deny he's outside the line.
I know where you say that, like, they should know the track by now or whatever, but they're driving at such a high speed. Why not do something to make that corner clearer when it's clearly a problem?
I quite like having problem corners on tracks because otherwise it becomes they're such robots anyway. They're so bloody good.
Yeah.
That I quite like the idea that it's difficult.
Because Max is not driving it out, so
Max is
in this race.
2.9 seconds.
Yeah, so he'll be in striking distance in about 3 laps, won't he? 3 or 4 laps.
But it's because
it says there. I didn't even see.
3 laps.
Yeah,
they're pushing so hard, isn't it? It's tempting to go outside, but that's motorsport. Like, you got to weigh up the pros and the cons with the risks. If you're going to drive to the absolute maximum and push outside the limits, you're going to get penalised.
Nice driving from Charles, though. Nice driving from him today. Back to the comments.
Come on, man.
Goldman, so we've done that one. Goldman Sachs says, where can I see the fastest lap times for the race? Just need to look at the little clock beside. Purple clock. So Verstappen has currently just set the fastest lap time on that. Yeah. Noria says, I know you'll hate me, but we must be within track limits every lap. There's so much going on. So even though they want him to push, he's got to do it in the right way. Tolu says, race has been very interesting so far.
Yeah, agree.
Let's see what else you guys are saying.
Is that Hamilton coming back on Lando?
Yeah.
No,
yeah, it is.
It
is. It's Hamilton on him. But he's got a 5-second penalty, remember? So part of it's not redundant, but
yeah, no, you're right.
Making a difference. Pyramid said Matisse is elite comedy.
I'm not trying to be, but I'm not going to lie. Lando didn't hold his position.
He also said Matisse.
That was so funny.
Matisse is going out sad. FIA needs to be tried for crimes against racing. Sanchez retired with his 8 titles already. IBK said this race is lit. Apex says Lando podium is possible.
It is very possible.
Brother says, come on, Lewis, got to get that podium. Jay, if you're that quick, you should have some kind of handicap added to your car. Yuki under investigation. Nicholas, never a penalty that. IBK says Max needs a win today. Need a different winner for a change, says Jay. Lando could get a podium today. IBK. Albon, black and white.
And Norris, I've just seen Norris go outside challenge. So while you were saying Gasly and Albon have just got black and white. Yeah, it definitely was.
Albon and Gasly.
I've got black and white flags, so they're on their last warning. We thought we could see.
What's Norris on? Is he on his last warning?
I don't know, but it could. They're all on their fucking last warning.
Maybe we should have a warnings.
Well, I'll make a note of the penalties because otherwise we will forget.
So we need tire. We need pit stop. Kind of additions.
Pit stop and then penalties.
Yeah.
It feels like. I've had this conversation before, but it feels like such an easy thing for them to get right. You think all the data and the graphics that they have, just put the pit stops there. It would take 5 seconds, and it would not cut into the, any It's like they leave a whole column free on the right to show us who's got the fastest lap.
Yeah.
We'll just put the fastest lap on the left and then put the pit stops on the right. There you go.
Cool. Tell them.
Oh, I already have. They won't listen to me.
Speak to Richard. He'll speak to his people.
Verstappen is a second now behind Leclerc.
Yeah, so he's gonna have a go. I think I'm going to have to crack open a little beer when he gets past him.
All right, get ready.
Fuck.
So like the opposite of a celebration beer. It's like a consolidation beer.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see Max. Closing.
Would you do the honours for me?
Do you want to do it as a Red Bull fan? It makes more sense. I'm not doing that.
Actually done it.
I'm not involved.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ, it's inevitable, isn't it? Really.
0.3. Come on, Max.
He's going to get him here in turn 4, isn't he?
This is Red Bull's favourite corner right now, Perez and Max.
There we go. Into
Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. Not so easy.
Not so easy.
Oh, go on. Smack it into the back of him. Go on.
Yeah, just heavy brake him.
Lose a front wing.
I love this angle. I mean, it's crazy
angle.
it's amazing to see it
Some
from.
good driving there from Charles.
Front wing, maybe, Max?
Could one of them
say front wing?
Just lose the whole front wing, maybe smash it into the back of the tyres.
Max, this is good. This is what we want to see. A little battle at the top.
This is good racing. Yeah, it's really good racing. So this
really should be a checker.
Black and white flag.
Is what it is.
Yeah, both of them kept it very tidy there.
Yeah.
Very,
really
very tidy.
nice.
So imagine up this back straight.
Come on.
Why doesn't Max just go outside the racing line?
Just for a laugh.
Yeah, 5 seconds.
Because he's an elite.
Give himself a little bit of extra work.
Do you know what, mate? Charles doing a job.
He's doing a really good job holding him off. But
Here,
how long
this
can
is
he
the
hold him off?
straight here.
Turn
Here
2,
it
turn
comes.
3.
This is
Come
Red
on.
Bull's favourite straight. This is their straight
Yeah,
here. Here it is.
DRS.
Bang. They're down the inside.
Go on,
Oh,
boy.
Get out of
Come
here.
on.
Maybe not.
No.
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 Okay.
No. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This is Red Bull. This is Red Bull.
Thanks, Abby.
All yours.
This is Red Bull. Red Bull's area.
Thanks very much.
This
This
is
will
their
be-
zone.
And he'll probably say, "See you later, Charles."
This is where they work their magic.
Ah,
Yeah. There you are.
The taste of disappointment.
the taste of winning.
got
Okay, Max
nothing
is
left.
back. Max is back.
Do you know what? With Charles being ahead there, that is the first time somebody has led a lap since
Parrot must have been
that's not been
a Red Bull.
not been Verstappen since Miami.
It was fun while it lasted. Jesus.
Something like 240 odd laps or something like that. Ridiculous.
That's actually mad. It's mad what we have to celebrate.
Yeah. But it's
That's
Ferrari,
Perez.
mate. There's steps forward in this Ferrari. Like as I said, we were never going to do the job.
I had
Max
this with
really
Mercedes
did.
a couple of weeks ago.
You must have seen improvements in the last few weeks.
100%.
Some upgrades and
100%.
stuff like that.
Oh, what's happened there?
That's Magnussen has having a horror show
no,
today.
Gene.
There'll be floor damage from that. Gene, I need more. I need a new floor, Gene.
Gene, I know.
I
I need more money.
Oh, I think he's been pushed off there actually.
Who was that in the car in front? Was that?
It must be
was that
De Vries, I'd imagine.
De Vries fighting for his spot on this grid.
What was that?
De Vries or Tsunoda, one of the two. Or maybe Tsunoda.
For
No,
Sonoda.
5 second time penalty for Albon. Albon has a 5 second time penalty. I'm writing it down.
Cool,
If everybody has a penalty, does anybody really have a
just
penalty?
confirming for you guys there, that was De Vries and Magnussen. He pushed Magnussen off at turn 5 or 6, whatever corner that was. Put him off into the gravel, and that was all over 19th place.
That famous 19th place,
spot.
which is essentially last today because 20th is out.
Yeah, pretty much.
God.
We're halfway.
God.
We're halfway through. Black and white flag for Stroll.
I am
Guess what
shocked.
it's for?
Is it
Exceeding track limit.
Oh,
turn
we got it
9
right.
10 by any
You
chance?
got it right. Why can't they stay in the
If
line?
everybody's penalised 5 seconds, then nobody's
Well, not
truly
everybody,
penalised.
because it seems that Leclerc, Verstappen can
But there's
stay
a
in the line.
Norris. I know you're
there's
joking,
still
but
time.
there's a point where you go actually
Penalise
just-
everyone.
Well, just by keeping it, by not getting a penalty is becoming an advantage
Yeah.
rather than a penalty being a negative.
Yeah.
Just don't get one.
If you can not get a
Just
penalty,
keep
you've
things
got
clean.
up a couple of places.
You don't know what's going to
potentially.
happen. So we see Stroll on the precipice of having one. Ocon's got one. Albon's got one. So that 10th, 11th, 12th. In theory, Logan Sargent, if Stroll's to get one, Logan Sargent could go and do a job and get a point because
Well,
the other guys have got
He's
penalties.
just had a black and white flag, didn't he, Stroll? So
Yeah, exactly. So he's only one away. He's going into the pit now.
Will Sargent not get a penalty today, do you think?
Well, is it a case of keep it clean?
just be smart about it.
Good pit stop.
Yeah, not bad.
Quick
Very
pit
good
stop,
pit
2.7.
Strong.
He's coming out the pit. Lance Stroll. Okay, let's see what else you guys are saying.
I know he's 10 seconds behind Sargent, so forget what I said. It's too far.
See, I don't know if Sargent's pitted or what's going on, so I haven't been watching him all race.
Pyramid Scheme says, waiting for Matisse to start his F1 PS5 streams. You must.
Oh, yeah. What, in terms of the game? Or?
No, nobody wants to watch that, mate. No one wants to see you bin it in the corner.
Oh, that would be quite fun, though.
Do you know what? No, I saw like young Philly and Pinero, I think, were kind of like there on behalf of EA Sports.
Oh, nice.
At this race, was it?
Yeah,
I think it was, yeah. And they were talking about the new game. So I do want to play the new game, actually. So
do it.
Yeah.
Him and Shu says, why are you and I watching this, Matisse? Watch some boxing or UFC.
Listen, boxing, I'm there for the big fights. I'm not going to lie, I'm a casual. I'll be there for the big ones, the mega fights. Heavyweights are my favourite division. But UFC, I just haven't got into really as of yet. But just football and F1, you know, that's enough.
It's enough.
Yeah.
Enough for you and I.
Yeah.
Ferrari doing okay with Sainz because Norris has dropped back 8 seconds, so he's still 3 seconds clear of Norris's. With Sainz's penalty, he's still 3 seconds clear of Norris. So at the moment, we are looking for a double Ferrari podium.
At the moment.
Who knows what's going to happen?
Do you want to touch wood?
Alonso is 3 laps away from being in striking.
There's no wood anywhere.
Sorry, Perez is 3
Him and
seconds away.
Shu, the same man that questioned while you're watching this, says we should do an Ashes watch along.
Oh, I love it.
No, not for me.
You don't like the cricket?
No, not for me.
It's on in my house.
It's been awful for England. It's been, if you're an Aussie, it's been amazing. It's been awful for England.
It's on in my house, but I've got no interest in it. I find it so dull. I find it really boring.
Yeah, both the men's and the women's team.
I couldn't bear doing an Ashes watch along. Oh my God.
Oh, I'd love it.
Obviously.
Count me in for that.
There we go. That's Joe's new job.
Nick De Vries has got a penalty.
Subscribe to DR Sports.
Yeah, subscribe to DR Sports. 5 second penalty. I assume that's for pushing Magnussen off the track? Yep.
Forcing another car off the track.
Exactly.
That was always going to happen.
Hamilton, has anyone else got penalties yet? Lewis, they're all going to get penalties in front of you. Keep going. Was the answer.
So Sainz. So who actually has in front of Lewis? It's just Sainz.
Just Sainz. Norris yet to have one sitting nicely in P4. Sainz P3, Leclerc P2, and Max P1.
I don't know if Norris is on his first warning or if he's on his black and white flag warning.
I think
it was a first, wasn't it?
I'm not sure.
He's
on
production
some
can find that out.
But
Norris, if Norris can keep it clean, he will absolutely finish 4th because Hamilton would be an extra 5 seconds. Yeah. You know, even if he got ahead, he would still have 5 seconds on him. So Norris has
that's
really
why Hamilton's
big
asking about the penalties.
Massive opportunity. Norris, they'll be getting in his ear just saying, don't think, he can't be thinking about going and chasing Sainz because he can't make the error and then potentially lose.
One thing that's going to be good to watch now is Perez on Alonso.
Yeah, any minute.
Yeah. What happened with these two?
Hassan Touray, it's the battle of the century.
That's close.
De Vries and Magnussen, core.
That's close.
Head to head again.
So that's De Vries forcing Magnussen off, I think, isn't it, here? What he gets the penalty for?
No, I think he forced him off in a different part of the track.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were showing.
I thought that was just, I don't know what that was. But.
Oh, it's Lando Norris going wide.
Oh, come on.
Lando Norris going very wide.
Coilen?
Off track limits, maybe?
Yeah, so just to touch on that previous radio message for Lewis Hamilton, we've seen what it said, but what we didn't hear was it was from Toto Wolff. He had to jump on the radio to try and calm down Lewis over Lewis getting a bit muffed about getting his 5 seconds.
Track limits!
Yeah, 100%.
Track limits
he was
again!
Wide there.
Track limits again for Lando Norris.
You don't see Toto Wolff come on the radio a lot.
No, you don't.
Lewis must.
I think
that was track limits.
I don't know if it's his first warning or his second warning.
I think he had first warning. I don't think he got black and white.
He might get one now though, because that was definitely looking borderline track limits from Lando Norris.
This last year it being such an issue.
It's a big issue this year, isn't it? Are the cars wider? Bigger? No, that would. That'd be less of a problem if it was. I don't know.
Unconsiderably. I remember them complaining about it last year, but I don't remember seeing this many penalties.
So many
in a race.
No, I don't. Neither do I.
How many penalties have we had? De Vries is.
There was no changes to this track coming in.
Sainz, Hamilton, Ocon, Albon, and De Vries are yet to serve their 5 second time penalties.
So I wonder if they're going to do stop and go, or whether they'll just try and get to the end and have the time taken off. So this is a stop and go.
Stop and go.
But the worry with the stop, was that stop and go?
I think it was.
Or was that just
we'll see by the time.
slow?
The
worry with the stop and go is if you get it wrong,
I would assume that's an 11-second one, so I think
it's got to be a stop.
It has to be a stop and go.
Okay,
Norris coming in.
Lando's coming in.
Stop and go. You think you could lose more time?
Well, because if you get it wrong, if
Then
you
you
put
have
the
to
jack
get-
on the
you
car
get
too
another
quickly,
penalty.
you get another penalty. So
Yeah.
I would be of the opinion to just drive it.
Yeah, I would
Just
be
drive-
as well.
just
'Cause then you're
drive your
definitely
race.
getting the
Taken
bare
off,
minimum.
Drive your race.
You're getting
yeah.
the bare minimum of that time chalked off.
Yeah, I
Okay,
would
they
go-
are doing that for Lando, I assume.
Stop and go. Well, let's see then. Is he going to do it?
Incident involving Gasly,
No, they
track
didn't do
limits.
stop and go.
Gasly's about to get a penalty because he's had a black and white flag. Oh no, has he already got a penalty?
Is that Perez on the inside though?
Perez is on
Yeah.
the inside.
No, Gasly hasn't got a penalty yet. He's about to get
And
one.
Perez is in front of Alonso.
Yeah, so that's not a stop and go.
No, they're not doing it, which is smart.
Oh no, that's Russell. That's Russell.
Oh, that's Russell. Okay.
We haven't even spoken about George Russell today. He hasn't really moved anywhere up or down, has he?
No reason to. No reason to speak on him.
Logan Sargent is in the points. I think that's his first time ever being in it. He's not going to hold the points, but
I think.
Do you think he's crying right now under his helmet?
ninth.
He must literally. It's like what's that
He's
thing
weeping
that you get
currently.
when
And then the tears are getting in the way of the
Vertigo.
track. You can't see now.
Say again.
vertigo, isn't it? When you get so high it is, don't we?
Yeah, scared of heights. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gasly's got a penalty for exceeding track limits.
Just add it to the end, man. Don't bother pitting for that.
Right. So we've got now. Should I run you through the penalties?
Go on. Oh, okay. Hamilton's
What's
coming
Hamilton
in
saying?
as
Is
well.
he coming in? Don't do your stop and go, please, Hamilton.
Yeah,
I
I
don't-
wouldn't
I don't-
stop and
I-
go
no.
I
because
would
you've
wait till
seen
the
people
end.
get penalty. Yeah.
No, you don't have to, do you?
No,
Great shot for Drive to Survive there.
oh, it is. They're stop and going.
Fuck. Do you have to?
No.
I actually don't know. It might be worth checking.
Well, we've had loads of them come in. I mean, surely not.
That
Go
was
on,
quick
let us
stop
know on
though.
that.
That was quick.
It's a good stop, yeah.
Do you have to do a stop and go? Or can you put it on at the end?
Yes, so when you pit, you have to do a stop and go when you're pitting.
you
Otherwise,
do.
if it happens, if you get a penalty towards the end of the race and you're not going to be pitting again, then they'll add the time on to
fair.
your final finishing time.
Okay.
Got that.
So you do that. Kind of makes sense to be
Yeah.
fair, but it's just like because I think it's done by your mechanic how long you wait your 5 seconds for.
Oh,
it's
of course,
not done by the
yeah.
FIA. So if you just get it wrong, if it's
Yeah.
just a human
Huge
error,
call.
it's another
Huge
5
call.
seconds.
You have to get it right.
So
Yeah.
Sainz 5 seconds, Hamilton 5 seconds, Ocon 5 seconds.
But we're done now, so you can take
I
us.
put Tiki 5 seconds, but that must be an autocorrect. Who could that
Tiki?
be?
Tiki.
Who could Tiki be?
Literally.
Albon 5 seconds, De Vries 5 seconds for something else, and Gasly 5 seconds.
We don't know who
Who's
Tiki is.
Tiki?
I'm yet
I'm
to
actually
know.
still. I don't have no idea who.
No idea. Toilet.
Tiki.
Okay, since you're confusing people, which are all correct, I'll go with you. It's Gasly,
Yeah.
Gasly, De Vries,
Yeah.
Albon,
Yeah.
Tsunoda.
Sonoda!
Sonoda.
TSU changed
Little
to Tiki.
Tsunoda got cleared, by the way, for the failing to serve penalty correctly. He's got no further action.
Okay, so just 5 seconds.
Tsunoda, Hamilton, Sainz, and
Ocon.
Ocon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Lil Tiki. He's got his.
I quite like that as a nickname.
Tiki.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite
we'll
cool.
keep it. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. IBK says the fight with Max and Leclerc. There was a fight. The fight's over.
Yeah, fight's done.
Mr. Robert says Max should have to start 20th every race. Do you reckon if he did start
Track limits?
20th,
He'd still
I'm
win.
sure he's just done track limits again.
Who? Lando.
Yeah.
He's getting pen. He's
Sorry,
getting
I
penalty
mean to
now,
cut you off.
I
Sorry.
think.
It's all right.
If he finished bottom, if he started bottom every single race, he still. I don't know.
Who's that getting taken over by an Alfa Romeo? Is that Stroll?
Well, there's an argument for reverse grid, isn't there?
We were saying it yesterday, Sam and I. We would love to see a reverse
Yeah.
grid.
The worry is that there'd be more opportunity of smashing cars up because
Basically,
you've got
yeah.
quick cars at the back and slow cars at the front. They're gonna.
How would that work? Though?
Alonso
'Cause
is
then what
in
people
pit.
purposely trying to go slow so they don't be starting at the back. How would that work?
Well, that's exactly it. You'd have to go through the mechanics of why that doesn't happen. Sainz is coming in, so he's going to serve his 5 second penalty. So let's wipe it. So Hamilton served his,
He's out now.
and Sainz is about to serve his.
Okay, Gasly.
Put the graphic on the screen.
Gasly serving his. Yes.
He must have done if he's done
Yeah,
an
he must
8-8.
have
Yeah,
done
so
8-8
Gasly
one.
served his.
Jay said the camera view is brilliant. He also said, have we had 7 track penalties? We've tried to
7.
not lose count, but I think it's 7.
Here's Carlos. Come on.
Carlos got to serve his now.
Come on.
Knowing Ferrari, they'll
Here's 5.
do it wrong.
1, 2, 3, 4. Look at those tyres. 5 and go.
Those tyres.
Oh, they're definitely not gonna
onto hards, and it's a quick stop.
Yeah.
The tyre change was quick.
Yeah, they definitely haven't done that wrong anyway.
No, they've got.
No, they were. They, if anything, they went on the safe side.
Yeah, if anything, it was 6 seconds just to.
But you would, wouldn't you?
You would, yeah.
It's probably the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So he's going to lose his position to Norris. He's going to lose his position to Norris.
Just about. Yeah.
Just.
I mean, he'll get him back. He'll get him back on the hards. Sorry, on the fresher tyre.
Probably get him before the lap's even completed.
So this has been a really good day.
But Perez is now ahead, but is due a stop.
What I'd love now is a safety car.
I'm sure you would.
Yeah.
I'm sure you would.
But that would only benefit.
Lando.
Red Bull. Well, and Lando a little bit.
To be fair, it would benefit.
Wheel to wheel.
Perez. Oh my God.
Has he pushed him off slightly there?
No.
That's brilliant from Sainz.
That's
If
really
he
good
completes that.
Oh,
Which he does,
Carlos, man, that's
brilliant.
Just
Sainz is
beautiful.
not playing today, to be fair.
That's some great driving from
Yeah,
Carlos.
fair play to
This,
Sainz.
honestly, I feel like we've seen a different Carlos Sainz.
Yeah, Sainz
Like,
has been really aggressive.
We've always talked about like we want the grit, we want the
Aggression.
bite. He's there, man. He's at it today. I love that.
We've spoken about it a lot when you know on the radio they're saying push Carlos, like you can do more with the car.
I am trying. I'm trying my best.
But you know, maybe we're finally seeing it. This is the hunger coming out of him.
Yeah.
Proper weekend from him.
Yeah, it will be.
Every time they go around turn 10,
He deserves podium.
I'm like that. Oh,
He
he
deserves podium today, to be honest.
Yeah, I really. There's a good opportunity because Perez is due. Okay, so Perez is due a stop. The stops are about 17 seconds, and Sainz is 17 seconds behind Perez. So this could be close at the end. It'd be interesting to see if he's able to chop some time off. But if he's fighting with Norris, he's going to lose time.
He won't be fighting with him now, I don't think. I think he'll clear off now.
I think.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
There you
Be
go.
that guy.
Yeah, he's gone.
There's a 13, almost 14 second gap now between Verstappen and Charles. Charles is coming in.
That's lovely.
We're expecting.
It's close to my 17 seconds.
We're
So what did you say?
expecting
You said 17
end.
seconds. You said
I said 12.
You said 30.
39.
39 seconds.
It's possible.
Do you think we'll see the Red Bulls pit? As in, again, I know Perez needs to come in, but do we think Verstappen will pit, or we think he's going to stay on the hards until the end?
I can't see him. I think because he pitted around like 20 laps ago. I don't think the hards would survive that long. So I imagine if he's 25 seconds ahead of Perez, he could do a slow stop and still come out first.
And come out, yeah.
We've got another
Magnussen, black and white flag.
20th. Yeah, there we go. Black and white flag for Magnussen. Car 20. Another pen. Back to what you guys are saying. This should be called a penalty shootout today.
Should, yeah.
Should actually. That Red Bull car is just too good. Just give them the trophy, says Frank Ellis. Al Guapo says the way Lewis Hamilton fans are crying for everything is insane. You know he only won the championship due to the rocket ship and not the skill. Hashtag Rosberg won in equal machinery.
God, that is quite a bitter message, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Look at that face.
Didn't like that, did you?
Rosberg put his entire life on the line for that win.
My God.
Didn't like that at all.
Just to beat Lewis once.
Hamilton's a goat. I think he's an absolute goat.
Oh.
Okay, we're on lap 49 of 71. A lot of laps today.
Yeah.
Well, it's a tiny little circuit, isn't it? So I think it's not the shortest on the grid, but I think it's the quickest lap time. Monaco's shorter, but you go quick around here. So I think it's the second shortest, but quickest lap time.
Come on, Lando, man. What have you got for me today?
Who's just done the fastest lap? That must be Norris.
Yeah, fastest lap time,
keeping up.
Lando.
He's keeping up with Sainz, but
Have a look at those bottom of those, sort of who's going to nick into those last point positions. Gasly's served his time penalty. I don't think Albon has served his time penalty yet, but Max is going to stop. Max is going to pit now.
Max is absolutely fine to pit now.
He's 26 seconds ahead of his teammate.
He is absolutely fine.
This will not be a speedy, well, like not a rushed pit stop. There you go. It's still
they
quick.
still-
It's what, 2.6?
and they still do a 2.6.
2.4.
2.4. We cannot compete. We cannot compete. That's
So
that's them when they're chilling.
Yeah.
So comfortable, isn't
Yeah,
it?
so comfortable. 2.4, just chilling on the. Crazy.
I'm surprised that double Ferrari stack, I don't want to speak too soon, but it seems as though it hasn't come back to bite us on the arse too much yet. I know Perez is ahead of both of them in second, but he's due a stop and he'll come out probably just behind Sainz.
How did that look so chill and so calm, but it's a 2.4?
It felt it, didn't it?
It felt so slow.
Because it's just chilled garage, guys. Just chilled.
They did a 2.4
so we've got blue flags there. I think that must be on Sargent. Verstappen going around over the lapping Sargent. Lock up. De Vries, I think.
They did a 2.4 in their sleep. Other teams, we do that. We dance. We get the red panties out.
That's rattled you, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
Perez is coming in, so this is going to be. We'll see.
There's no need to do a 2.4.
This is going to be very interesting because we'll see where Perez will come in.
I have to say, I don't think he's getting the credit that he deserves today. Considering he was 15th, he's been pretty much in and around 4th and 5th.
Yeah, but he's
all
also
day.
the car is so much quicker than he should be second and no.
He's in a rocket ship. He shouldn't even be in this position.
But he's come from halfway down, almost at the back of the grid.
Yeah, but that's
we'll see where he ends up.
That's his fault.
We'll see where he ends up
there anyway.
He's overtaken the Astons. He's overtaken the Mercedes.
Should never have been behind them before in the first place.
Oh, you're harsh.
2-4 as well.
You're really harsh.
I'm keeping Checo in check. You're not going to get credit.
He's going to come out.
Keeping Checo in
you should be up there with Max.
So he's going to come out a long way behind Norris. A long way behind Norris.
Behind Lando.
This is not good enough.
But he is on the fresh hards.
Yeah.
We would expect.
Get yourself onto the podium, then we'll talk.
I think he'll end up on the podium.
Well,
no.
That's what he needs to do for me to.
You're predicting
I'm keeping Checo in check.
Is anyone changing their prediction?
No,
not yet. No.
No, I'm not. I can't even.
Well, to be fair, I
had
Hamilton, so yeah, I probably should change it. But to keep Checo in check, which is what I'm on right now, patrolling Perez, he should be in the podium.
I tell you what's going to help out. To be honest, help out Ferrari is that Lando Norris is another car for Perez to get past. That's actually going to help out.
Do you want to be on Perez patrol?
I don't know what that means, Matisse.
Just keeping Checo in check. It's Perez patrol.
I'm good. Really good.
It's good. He doesn't want to be on it, obviously. But
I've kept him in check. I've said he's not been good enough.
That's special,
I'm giving him the credit.
Special. Perez patrol. Get that trending on Twitter. We're on Perez patrol.
No,
until further notice.
I'm going to Wimbledon.
You're going to Wimbledon tomorrow.
I'll be in the queue at 5 in the morning.
Wow.
For Wimbledon.
Do you have to buy tickets?
The tennis on.
You can buy tickets before, and then. But if you haven't got tickets beforehand, then you just join the queue. People will be camping right now.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I love it.
That sounds awful.
Oh, mate, it's amazing. Okay, I'll send you a photo. 5 a.m. in the queue, and I'm going.
Jesus.
Send us a picture. So it's just Matisse and I for the podcast in the morning.
Yeah, nice. You'll have a nice time.
Mad. Come on. Yeah, I think Perez Patrol is a good segment to add.
Perez Patrol.
Perez
Keeping
Patrol,
Checo in check.
Yep. These are series.
I think we should start that.
Yep.
Okay, let's do that.
There's an argument there that he's just gone wide. Norris has just gone wide again.
Oh, let me guess. Who was on the radio saying it?
No, me.
Oh. The two Mercedes are bumped up now in 7th and 8th. Russell is 10 seconds off that, though. You been disappointed with Russell this weekend? You haven't really spoken about him at all, Matisse.
Yeah, it's none of my business. I don't know what's going on down there. It's a shame. It's a shame because, yeah, I think for both drivers now it's looking like a bit of a shame because obviously that 5-second penalty for Hamilton's put him down there as well. So it's not a good weekend for Mercedes.
Perez is sharking at the back there, isn't he?
Like we're not in this conversation right now. It's Norris and Perez. You know,
I'm starting to get a little bit worried about Sergio Perez.
I would say
you should. Perez patrol is
patrolling.
Patrolling, yeah. Perez is patrolling.
Leclerc will be safe. Leclerc pretty much
he's
has
safe.
second
I think
locked up.
Sainz, to be fair, Sainz has been quick this weekend, so Sainz should be okay.
Sainz has been quick this weekend.
There's going to be a good battle there between them.
I need to be reminded of but the thing is, the car is just the
rocket ship.
Red Bull car is just. You can't fight it.
It would be okay. Let's say that he did end up on the podium, Checo.
Yes.
Would that
be
keeping Checo in check?
Yes, Checo would be then.
Checo would be in check.
Yes,
Yuki Tsunoda's got a 10-second.
He'd be in check, going through the checkered flag in third. No problem.
Say check again.
Yep.
Check.
Checkmate.
Okay, we've got outside of track limits again for Yuki Tsunoda. Not a great day.
10 seconds now.
Does he just do this on purpose now today?
I
want to hear the swearing.
I'm starting to get quite concerned.
I want to hear the swearing on team radio. It's been a while. Let's do it.
Alex Albon chilling in 11th. He's 6 seconds off Gasly. I'd love it if he made the points.
Gasly served his time already.
He's done it. Yeah. So we see Perez go past Piastri here under the blue flags. He's right on the back of Norris and Sainz.
He'll get
And Norris will probably just let him go.
He's going to get Norris.
Oh, he'll get. I think I was hoping Sainz could have put a little bit more. The only thing is there could be a little bit of a DRS train with Norris having DRS on Sainz and Perez then having the DRS from Norris. Is a very.
Do you think there's
a
situation here where if Sainz doesn't clear off, he's going to actually get himself caught in a double take?
16 laps to go. Yes, 100%.
He might get himself caught in a double overtake. By Perez.
What a lovely move it would be.
No, everybody calm down.
What a lovely move it will be.
Everybody please stop this.
Lando's not helping your boy.
We've got 16 laps to go? If my
16 laps
That's a long
to go.
time for Sainz to stay ahead, isn't it?
So 16 laps, we'll call it, 20 minutes?
Has this been one of the more exciting races, do you reckon,
Great
of the
race.
season so far? It's been quite competitive.
It has. It's been good. We first of all, Verstappen wasn't leading the whole race, so that's important for fun.
Verstappen could stop again and still win. Verstappen could do a 3-stopper and still win.
Yeah, but Leclerc was winning, and you were excited, and that's nice.
Yeah,
that's nice.
That was nice.
Short-lived, but it was
short-lived,
nice.
but it was
I enjoyed
nice.
it though.
It was nice to see someone else leading the race.
Stay on the track limits. We can't afford a penalty here. Entry to turn 10, exit at turn 10 are the main concerns for track limits. So they're obviously concerned, Red Bull there, that Sergio Perez could get himself a 5-second penalty.
Sergio Perez gets himself another penalty. I think Christian Horner will actually go.
I tell you what, if he gets himself a penalty, that could be the final straw in terms of. Yeah, in terms of thinking about.
What did you say?
Under pressure.
Under pressure.
Because it's not Sergio Perez's pace that's an issue. It's his mentality.
Apparently, Wolf to Hamilton on the radio. I think there's been something that's been said. Not sure though. Need to check it.
We'll see. So yeah, we have got this little mini DRS train that we were thinking about with Sainz to Norris to Perez now.
Checo. Come on. Prove them all wrong.
Well, he is going to.
I'm leaving it with something anyway. Either Sainz is going to collapse or Perez is going to collapse. I'm leaving with something.
I do think that with Sergio, he's probably going to get Norris up into turn 4
Norris
here.
is finished. This is the Red Bull corner, remember?
Yeah, this is. I mean, look how much quicker it is.
Here it is. Bang.
Look how much quicker that
Red
car
Bull
is.
corner.
Go.
It's actually ridiculous.
I think this straight is too long.
You think
it's one of the shortest straights on the track. Circuit, mate.
That straight is too long. Every time a Red Bull is on that straight, they overtake. It's too long. They need to change this track.
15 laps to go. Coilen.
Yeah, so a couple of laps beforehand, Toto Wolff was back on the radio. Lewis was on the radio complaining about track limits or something or other again.
Yeah.
And Toto just said, look, Lewis, we know the car is bad, just please drive.
Really?
Just shut up and drive.
Do a Rihanna.
Yo, we should play that. We won't get any copyright problems, will you?
Carlos, you've really got some serious. Oh my God! Look how much quicker Perez is.
He's finished. Carlos is finished.
Come on,
he's losing that spot, man. Perez is taking.
This is going to be so good for your confidence.
Perez on the podium, keeping Checo in check. Ever since I implemented it,
here he comes.
He's on it.
He's coming.
Like a car bonnet. He's going to get him.
Come on.
It's only a matter of time.
I can't watch, mate. I can't watch this,
I can definitely watch. I don't even know why.
You're still going to have Leclerc.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Charles.
See what I'm saying? This is just embarrassing.
That's a good
Come
weekend.
On. Fight him.
That's a good weekend for you, Joe.
Where were you when Mercedes were... We should have started this channel earlier.
I was crying.
Oh, is that a wobbly front wing? No.
You are grasping at a straw.
Yes, I am, Matisse.
Is that a wobbly front wing? That's just vibration. That's just vibration.
Give him some credit. Give him some credit.
That's just the car moving, bro.
Wobbly front wing. What the fuck am I on about?
You're so desperate, and it shows. It's shameless.
Is that carbon fibre coming off the car?
Signs.
Oh, the wing just opened up at the back. Is it broken?
You too today. Come on.
This is what they've done.
I think that's what Ted Kravitz says.
Come on, you've got him. You've got him.
Oh,
Go.
No, he's got the line. Come on.
Oh God, it's actually hilarious.
Steep elevation up this hill here. Come on.
He's warming up.
Yeah, it's done, man. Just give it up, man.
Come on.
Come on.
Actually, he's got DRS, hasn't he?
Why has Sainz got his DRS?
Because of that car there, I think.
But who's in front of
Black
Sainz?
marker, is it?
Who's in front of Sainz?
Oh, a back marker. Yeah,
Black
yeah,
marker's
yeah.
just saved
That
him.
saved him.
That
Saved him,
fully
literally.
saved him then.
I mean, it's not gonna save him,
not for
unfortunately.
long. Wait until we get to our favourite corner.
Look, Sergio, go and stick it outside the lines. Put it in your favourite place, not on the track.
Not on the grid, yeah. I think that you have to give him credit.
If Sergio did that,
P3 today,
if Sergio did that, Christian Horner would change the locks. Honestly, he wouldn't even be able to come back in.
No.
It's very possible.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, they didn't show the angle there. It'd be nice to see it a bit.
Honestly.
Yeah,
if he does it.
It's looking like a long day. He's going to get him soon. Not this straight, the one after, I think.
No,
yeah. The Red Bull straight.
It's turn 2 into 3, isn't it? There's a little kink here. We're seeing the back of it.
Still got the fastest lap, Perez.
It's not this one, it's the next one. If he can pull up. Look.
Nice.
Yeah, around the outside.
Oh!
Sainz has got
Getting
the inside
very
line.
touchy.
Sainz has got the inside line, but Perez is going to have the
he's
quicker
not giving it
exit.
up
Bang,
easy.
bye-bye. There you go, done.
He weren't giving that up easy. That was
Bye-bye.
some good fighting from them. And there he is, Checo.
No, come on. Come on!
Oh.
Hold that position, Carlos.
This is so tight.
I think he should have squeezed him more.
Oh, Carlos has got...
I think
Oh
do you
my
think
God.
he should have squeezed him more on the exit there.
They were right.
Oh wait, he's still got him.
Still got him.
This is great
He's
racing,
still got
man.
him.
Come
This
on,
is a
Carlos.
great
Carlos
battle.
needs to get his
He's in a
elbows
much
out.
slower car. Much slower
Carlos
car.
needs to get his elbows out. Squeeze him as much as you can squeeze him. If you're ahead,
I tell you what, though, if this was Max Verstappen on Carlos Sainz, it would have been done 4 laps ago.
Verstappen would have smashed into him by now.
Come on, Carlos.
This is really good though between the two of them.
And this is what... Oh, Sargent track limits. I thought it was going to be Perez.
Oh. Thank God.
Right, 11 laps.
Yeah, it's too long for you to hold out, I think.
Sainz on the radio. So Red Bull were on the radio saying that Sainz's car is moving under braking, and we saw that when he was under the heavy braking. You see the back of the car go. He's going to have the inside line. He's going to have the inside line, but Perez will have the quicker exit.
Science is fighting for this.
This is some absolutely brilliant
Wow.
driving from them.
I love it.
This is so good.
But do you know what? It's he's fighting he's got to fight every corner. Look, he's
See,
got to fight again.
I know
This
we
is
are.
what you wanted to see from Carlos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. That's what I mean. I know we're going to
race.
lose the position, but Carlos has got the bit between his teeth. And look, the Red Bull car is quicker. We know it's quicker, but if Carlos is just doing a job, he's also really saving
Leclerc.
Really saving Leclerc.
Yeah.
He's
Buying
working
Leclerc
with
that
the
time.
team. It's a
This
shame
is-
we can't see
I
what he's
actually
saying
wanted
on
to
the
hold
radio,
the
but he's
position.
doing beautifully.
In a way, I want him to hold the position because he's driven brilliantly today,
Beautifully.
Carlos Sainz.
10 laps to go. Well, look, if he gets
does
a podium
deserve
today,
a
he's
podium.
driver of the day. There's no
Yeah.
question about it.
If he holds on to this driver of the day without a
been
shout.
Speaking of which,
Phenomenal.
closes in 10 laps.
And the defending against Perez has just been unbelievable.
Both of their tyres are going to be start to be battered.
He's had the
because
best-
They're
he's-
fighting.
Science said the best overtakes of the day as well.
Oh,
Not even-
how's the vote currently split with Sainz bottom? Like,
That's mad.
I think because we're only just seeing this.
Yeah.
Like,
But
Maybe.
Science said some great overtakes today. Brilliant overtakes.
I don't mind who finishes in that P3 spot.
yeah,
I
there
think- I
he is.
think
This
both-
could be it. We've got a right-hander here, but Perez isn't quite ahead. Sainz again doing the work, but he's going to get a good run up this elevated.
Do you know what? Science's exit
Straight.
was strong. Science's exit was really, really good on that.
But you just see how
Look,
quick
look,
the
look,
Red
look,
Bull
look,
is.
look.
Nah, that could
Come
be it
on,
now.
Oh,
that's it. That's it. Whole car's length done. But wait, Perez is going wide. Perez is going wide.
It's
Damn.
the exits. It's the exits he's not been strong at.
Great grip.
Very good though. I think
Now,
this isn't
Will's-
over. This is not over.
I really hope it's not.
This isn't over.
I really hope it's not. Come on.
I think
I
it
can
is.
see him going outside the lines now, can't you?
What, Perez?
Yeah.
I think it is over.
I don't think it's over. But that's been some unbelievable fighting between them.
Great 3 laps of racing, yeah. 4 laps maybe.
It hasn't been boring today, one bit.
No, it's been a fantastic race.
It really has been.
I said I wanted a 2-3. Frankly, if we get a 2-4, it's still a
I
good
think
day.
that's a
Really
great
good.
day
Really,
for
really good.
Ferrari.
And none of the other teams that we're really fighting with scoring more
Exactly.
points than us. So
Exactly.
that's kind of
Mercedes
the
having a crappy day.
Aston Martin just being there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not really anything to
He's
write home about.
intimidating me. I think it's been a really great day. It's been aggressive as well, which is something we haven't seen from Sainz either.
Sainz still
So
is in DRS a bit, but it's just that the Red Bull car's so quick.
Now the next question is: can Perez catch Charles?
No chance. 12 seconds in 11 laps. No way.
No,
Please,
not for me.
please, can you both back me up?
Yeah, no. For me, no. I think it's too much to do. I think if he had got past Science initially when we were looking at that fight,
Sainz
then
helped
maybe we
me,
could
yeah.
have. But I think, yeah, Science has done a job there. Let's go. Let's go, production.
Yes, so a bit of trivia that'll make you happy, Joe.
All right.
Our science just got overtaken. If Leclerc finishes on the podium here in Austria, which is looking pretty secure at the minute, it'll be Ferrari's 800th podium in Formula 1.
Nice. Great stat.
Is that more than anyone else?
It's got to be.
I imagine it will
Has
be.
to be, yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah.
800. Jeez.
Definitely a
signs
step
out
in the
the
right
DRS.
direction for Ferrari at the minute.
Yeah.
Black and white flag, Ocon, track limits.
Has he already got a penalty?
I think it was Gasly, wasn't it? Did Ocon get one as well? Refer to your previous penalty sheet.
I will. I'm just read what that says. The steward should look at that. He was
intimidating me. Oh, grow up.
Is that what he said?
Grow up.
Grow up.
Oh,
Grow
Carlos,
up.
we were just talking.
Carlos.
Grow up.
He was intimidating. What do you want me to give?
no.
Give a penalty for intimidating.
Oh no, Carlos! Why would you say that? No, Ocon has already had a 5
That's
seconds.
such a meme.
He was in,
That's a meme.
but I mean, Coilen and production, is there any penalty that can be given for intimidation?
Not that I was ever made aware of, no. unless he's dangerously moving on the braking, but there hasn't been to my knowledge, hasn't been an investigation launched from Sainz yet, so, or on Perez.
What's the intimidation penalty? 10 seconds.
I think it's sitting on the naughty step, like in
Yeah.
year 3.
What a ridiculous thing to say. He's intimidating.
I don't know
me.
why he said
Can't be
that.
driver of the day now,
No.
I'm afraid.
I don't know why he said that. Because he was fighting like a lion. That's
He became a cat quite quickly.
who was that? Lance
Well, that's
Stroll?
Lance Stroll
That Aston
getting
Martin.
on,
Alex Albon.
getting
That
in front of
Aston
Alex
Martin
Albon.
has absolutely
Oh,
eaten
that's
that
tough
Williams
for
alive.
Alex
Alex
Albon
Albon.
because he was on a having a
That
little
Aston
point
Martin
there.
has eaten that Williams alive there. That was sad.
So at the moment, both Astons and both Mercedes grabbing a double points haul, but really Lando Norris going to come home with 10 points potentially. Huge for him.
Huge for McLaren, really
Massive.
big. Interestingly enough, Alonso, he's quite a way off. I mean, we've just gone to a different screen, but he's quite a way back from Lando, which is something you wouldn't really expect from an Aston when taking on a McLaren.
Penalties galore today, just crazy. They seem to have sort of pulled themselves together a bit now. We're not seeing quite as many come through, but I don't know.
Yeah. Battle for 16th. Magnussen, Bottas, Tsunoda, Piastri.
Oh, that's where the drama's at.
Yeah. That's not great at all down there.
Max Verstappen 22 seconds ahead with 6 laps to go.
So far, we're closer to yours. Your prediction of 39.
39, that was a bit ambitious, but well, God, who knows? He's so quick. Too quick.
Not too quick. You can never be too quick, can you?
Scarily quick.
Perez still holding and setting the fastest lap.
Yeah, it's a point away from Ferrari, I guess that,
I've
isn't
thoroughly enjoyed this race today.
it? It has, it's been brilliant. Do you know what? Ferrari, they're not going to pit Leclerc, put him on softs and try and nick the fastest lap point, are they? Because he's in the distance that he'd be... Oh no, sorry, no, he's not. He's 12 seconds.
Logan
12
Sargent,
seconds.
5-second penalty.
They can't do that. It's really not time to play games for a point.
No, it's not. He's not far enough ahead. It's Verstappen that could pit safely.
What was your idea?
I wasn't sure if Ferrari were going to pit Leclerc because I thought he was 23 seconds ahead of Perez, but he's not. He's 12 seconds ahead of Perez, so there's no safety to do it.
Yeah. I think this is I think if it stays as it is, which you would maybe expect it to with five laps to go, I think that you have to give credit for Checo.
Yeah, it's hard to take away from it, but he shouldn't be in this position in the first place. In the car that he's in, it should be the world's most comfortable 1-2 week in, week out.
It should be, but we've seen Verstappen come from 15th to take pole, and we give him the credit for it. So why do we not give? We don't give it because it was self-inflicted.
Self-inflicted, and he's third.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you have to be. You can't be in a top seat and not expect criticism if you don't perform.
Massively underperform as well.
But it's a good, he's going to get 16 points if he keeps the fastest lap. I think Max will probably try and steal that point.
Will probably take it off.
He'll try and steal that point. But in theory, 15 points for Perez is really good because it also pushes him 15 points or 15 points further ahead of Alonso, who's been really thinking about trying to steal. Magnussen 5-second penalty.
Yeah, Magnussen 5-second penalty. Track limits. Lando, great drive from him today.
Yeah, he'll probably come driver of the day, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
5th is a good spot.
Is that track limits again? It is.
Oh my days.
No,
It is.
How many times?
We're going to see quite a close-up of this here.
Penalty.
Yeah, he's well outside.
Lando.
He's miles outside the lines. What an idiot! You're in 5th, Lando!
Oh, what are you doing? Oh no. So where will that take him then?
Actually, that would keep him in 5th if he gets 5 seconds. It would keep him in 5th because Alonso 6 is high, but they'll get in Alonso's ear and say if you can cut a second off, then you can get a 5th. Oh God, what a messy race.
Been all over the place today. I hope Silverstone's is just as exciting as today.
Oh, I mean, Silverstone's so good because just the amount of overtaking that you have. There's like probably 5 or 6 positions on the track where you can overtake. It's the only circuit that's really like that. It's amazing.
What's your looking ahead? I mean, we will speak about it more with the preview this week and obviously in the podcast. But Matisse, as a Mercedes fan, 7th and 8th currently today. What do you expect for them to change going into a home race for Hamilton and Russell?
I mean, it's been a long time since Hamilton's won at Silverstone, so home race, I'd love to think that they're going to at least go for those podium positions. That would be the aim, to get back up there fighting.
Do you think the car's capable?
The car's a bit, I think the car is capable, yeah. The car keeps ebbing and flowing. It keeps teasing with us some circuits. We had a double podium finish, which was good a few weeks ago, and now it's back down to, being 4th, 3rd fastest. So yeah, for me, I need to see a podium for one of them, especially on the home circuit. But it all depends on qualifying, and obviously qualifying's been poor recently. Whether it's even in the sprint race qualifying, obviously Hamilton just completely just letting it all go. So for me, podium would be the aim, but it's all dependent on qualifying.
Okay, something's going on with the Red Bull.
Well, it looks as though Colin will tell us.
Yeah, so what Red Bull want to do is they want Max to just watch out for his tyre temperatures, but Max is asking, well, why can't we box? Because Red Bull don't want to risk boxing for obvious reasons coming to the end of the race, but Max's argument is, well, I'm 24 seconds ahead, why don't we just try it for the fastest lap?
Yeah.
And he's boxing.
And he is coming in.
He is coming in. I mean, with 2 laps to go, I mean, you could say it's risky, but
I don't think it's a risk.
It's just putting me on edge.
Well, it is a risk if something goes wrong with the pit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's Red Bull. Nothing ever goes wrong.
Yeah, they're putting the softs on, so he will get the fastest lap of the race.
Bang.
Quick.
Everybody does their job. No
Very
problem.
comfortable. Very quick stop.
Let's go.
Sometimes there's no need to overthink. You guys always do perfect pit stops. It will be fine.
I
Do you
know,
know what I mean?
but
Everything will be
sometimes
fine.
you just panic.
Don't worry about
With
it.
2 laps to go, you think, is it necessary? But
For that extra point, I mean...
Well, that's the type of character Max Verstappen is, isn't it?
he's like, yeah, go on then, let's do it.
That's what he does.
Okay.
How far is
Max.
Leclerc behind now?
Leclerc is
4
now
seconds.
4
No, we're not getting anywhere near.
Perez,
black and white flag.
track
Now
limits.
He's going to go very slowly for the rest of the race. But a black and white flag for Perez. Oh my God, he's not going to end up throwing this podium away, is he?
If he throws it, Christian
Oh
Horner's.
my
If he
God.
throws it, Christian Horner's going to throw him.
Mate,
keep in check.
I want him to throw it.
This is why we have it.
Much.
You've got literally 2 laps.
This is why Perez Patrol is a thing. You have to keep an eye on this man. He's
Do not
chaotic.
throw
He is
away.
chaos.
Mate, if he throws this race, I'm going to jump for joy.
Do not bottle this.
We haven't
honestly.
seen Charles Leclerc in about an hour and a
Nah,
half.
he's in his own.
He's on his own. He's just
Since
making
that fight with...
He's 2 seconds off Max.
Yeah, Max is on the fresh softs. There's no possible way, I don't think. Unless Max throws an error trying to do like a super quick quali lap.
Well, that was...
Quali
if
style
that
lap.
did happen, it would be it would be on Max.
Max error, yeah. It's not going to happen.
Not going to happen, but if it did, let's hope it doesn't. He is into his last lap. Max is going to want to set that fastest, isn't he?
Yeah, that's exactly what he's going for.
Perez, do you know what? Perez will be fine. He won't.
You would think he will.
He won't. He wouldn't dare.
Perez has still got the fastest lap, so...
Not for long.
Not for long.
Verstappen did not pit for nothing. He is taking that fastest lap.
Verstappen will nick it on,
he will
on
get that
the
fastest
last lap of the race for sure.
100%.
I wonder what he'll do it in. I think the track record's held by Carlos at a 1:05.
If Verstappen wants it, he's going to go and get it.
Yeah, it is held by Carlos, yeah. Brilliant race from him, as usual.
Great race all round.
It has been really good.
Purple in sector 2.
There you go. Look, here we go. Here comes Verstappen for his...
Max,
he's like, I'm coming to claim my point.
He's like, give the Red Bull
Give me back my chain! Give me back my fastest lap!
Mate, literally.
Checo!
Literally.
Who do you think you are?
Fastest lap. Paid off. And how quick has he done it in? And there he goes.
That's Max. That's Max to Checo. Every single race.
That's good. Decent.
Right, there we go. So it's Max P1 win for Red Bull at the Red Bull Ring. Home race. Charles Leclerc second.
Couldn't even let Checo have a point.
Really good race for Charles Leclerc.
And I'm sorry, I'm giving him the credit. Perez P3.
Yeah,
he did
100%, 100%.
I see your points, but
can't deny it. It's a good race.
Good race. This is what happens when you keep Checo in check. He steps up.
Yep. And Carlos Sainz, who honestly battled so well today. He really did battle so well. He actually did deserve that third podium spot, but.
It would have been lovely if Carlos had managed to.
I think they should let Sainz go up there.
Driver of the day's got to be, for me, has to be Lando Norris.
Yeah, Lando in fifth. A brilliant day for Lando.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's a great position.
Huge 10 points.
Huge for McLaren.
For McLaren. Massive 10 points.
Piastri, where was he? Oh, good Lord.
17th.
Yeah, but again, you're going to see that because the upgrades have been given solely to Lando.
Have they?
True.
They have, yeah.
They've put all their eggs in the basket. Same with Alex Albon. I'm gutted for Albon that he couldn't just finish within the points.
I know,
today,
one position away from a point.
He's had a Sonoda day.
Yeah. So looking at the grid, we're all done now. P1, Max Verstappen. P2, Charles Leclerc. P3, Sergio Perez. 4th, Sainz. 5th, Norris. Alonso 6th. Hamilton 7th. Russell 8th. Gasly 9th. Stroll 10th. Albon, Ocon, Sargent, Zhou Guanyu, De Vries, Bottas, Piastri, Tsunoda and Kevin Magnussen. Bad day for the Haas as well.
19 and DNF. Yikes.
Not good, but he did get pushed off the track.
Yeah.
Didn't he?
Still finished 19th.
Yeah, but it's been a really great race. I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Agree.
Today.
Great race.
Good race. Not for myself and Mercedes, but just in general.
And Lando gets driver of the day.
Yeah, I'm happy for him as well.
Yeah.
It would have been nice if he'd maybe been able to get a podium, but in the end, the speed of the Red Bull and
I think they'll be
Sainz as well.
They'll be so happy with that.
No, they will. They will.
When you think how poorly for kind of like the first 6-7 races the McLaren was doing.
The fact that they're even in this crowd.
Exactly.
Massive jump, massive improvement.
There's work to be done definitely on the Astons this week, the Mercedes. We're going to talk about that all tomorrow. But a really good day, I'd say, as well for the Ferraris. Really good day.
Yeah, I would really love the 2-3. I'd have really loved the 2-3, but actually, particularly with where...
I think the way this has happened is actually, it's not, the 2-4 doesn't look as bad because of the way it happened, isn't it?
Correct, and it's not like we lost the third podium position to Lewis or Alonso. We still massively outscored them, Mercedes and Aston Martin, and that's really what we needed to do today. And we've done it. You know, Red Bull have won the constructors and they've won the drivers already. But today's a good day for Ferrari. Could have been a great day.
Yeah.
It's a good day.
Good day for Red Bull. Good day for Ferrari. Good day for McLaren.
Poor day for Mercedes.
Poor day for Mercedes.
Poor day for
Aston Martin.
Just a bit of a Mercedes. It's just sort of a bit like a wet lettuce leaf of a day. Just, that happened then.
That is Verstappen collecting his 7th win
in a row, or just in general.
This season.
7th win this season.
7 out of 9.
Oh, when will it end?
7th win this season. It has only been Red Bulls this entire season.
They're going to win at Silverstone as well.
Yeah, of course they are.
That's the one that hurts the most.
I'm really happy with the Charles Leclerc second.
Yeah,
really happy.
That's the one that hurts the most if they win it at Silverstone.
Of course they will. Of course they will.
That's the one I hate. I can tolerate them winning anywhere else, but when you win at Silverstone, I take that personally.
How you seem to show up then?
There's no way they.
Well, maybe if you guys stick to your cafeteria cap.
People need to be fed.
Stop eating so many sandwiches.
People need to be fed.
then maybe we might be able to catch up.
Yeah, it does cost £400,000 to feed people a few
It
sarnies.
does. You know, people are hungry. Okay, those sandwiches aren't going to make themselves, guys. Jay says Max Verstappen should have to start further back, make it more fun.
Facts.
Apex Attacker says Red Bull have won every race this season. Roy Cave, F1 is just all moans and complaints from drivers due to stupid rules, getting fed up with it. Listen, I think today's been a really good race. It's definitely been, I think, potentially my favourite race of the season.
I think I agree with you, actually. Awesome. Australia was messier in terms of the flags and everything, but it was too messy. This was actually a lot of clean racing, a lot of clean overtaking.
And good driving as well.
Yeah, great race.
And a few little battles in there too. And it's actually been a great weekend because the sprint was sprinting in a good way.
Yep.
It wasn't dead.
Yeah.
And it's been a really entertaining weekend. And it is another win for the Red Bulls. P1, P3, a successful day all round for the Red Bulls. Cheer up, guys, because we've got Silverstone next week and we are very excited.
I love Silverstone. We're going.
We are going. We're going to Silverstone. We are going to have, of course, the preview there. Matisse, you're going to be there, aren't you?
I shall.
You shall.
I shall.
You're going to be there as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll be there previewing it up. You're going on the day, aren't you?
I am. I'm going on Sunday. I'm very, very excited. So we'll be bringing you some content from that.
I pulled the short straw. I'm here for the race day.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're going to have a watch along and we're going to be there as well. So I think we're going to be doing a bit of both. But we have a very exciting week coming up with Silverstone ahead. Guys, it's been wonderful.
Thanks very much. I don't know why I'm in my slumped sad position because actually a 2-4's
You better do some laps.
Yeah, look, come on. No, I'm happy.
Scream into the camera lens.
Let's go.
This is probably the best race of the season for Ferrari.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely right.
2-4.
But I just want to win.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, I hear that. Literally, this is like settling for Champions League qualification.
Yeah, it is. We're playing for fourth, aren't we? Yeah.
You're the Man City of this.
It's nice to have a winning team sometimes.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Enjoy it because the season starts soon.
Yeah.
For other
What?
matters.
6 weeks? No, less. Months.
That, and then Matisse and I only will talk on this channel.
Yeah.
But thank you guys. Me and Matisse will be here tomorrow morning for the podcast to wrap up everything for the weekend. And then the guys will see you on Wednesday. But until then, have a lovely rest of your day and come on, Red Bull.
No.
Don't end it like that.
That's bias. Say insanely biased.
I'm so desperate for a wee.